Buddy, we're going to set up the Smart Rider drills. Now, these are the drills that are going to get you going for the slow speed maneuvers to get you better with the bike. So we have to set up the drills. It's only 10 cones. I have some tennis balls cut in half right here to kind of start it off. But we got 10 cones right here. You can get them in the shop. But this is how we're going to set up the Smart Rider games. Now, the Smart Rider games, I'll pop it up on the screen here. But basically, what we're going to do is set up a nice and easy course. Now, how did I figure out how to do the designs without having to bring a tape measure every single time? Well, I tape measured my stride, my walking. So I set out a tape measure about 10 feet. So get a 10-foot tape measure, and I just walked from the end of one side of it and just 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was about 10 feet for me, just a normal walk. Don't big steps or anything like that, just do a normal walk. And that's how I figured it out. So we're gonna go ahead and set up the dimensions so we can get started on this. So the very first part is the entry and exit section. So this is where we start right here, and then this is the entry and exit. This is where the timing kind of starts. And I like to have a camera like this, like a phone on a mount or an action camera on a mount that actually showcases the entry and exit. So when you do the games, when you pass it, if you don't have a timer and you pass it, you can go ahead and stop the video and start the video when you starts there. That way you can get your actual time. So let's go ahead and set the real cones here. So here's that first cone, here's that second cone, and here's that third cone. So now we only need 7 more cones. So from here, this is where it's really important when it comes to that tape measure first time and walking, is that I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because the first one is 20 feet away. So 4 steps is 10 feet, 20 steps, I'm sorry, 8 steps is 20 feet. So now we're gonna go ahead and do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm gonna go ahead and place one down. And then we're gonna go ahead and do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this part right here, this is the very end of it. So we don't really go past this. I like to have a big parking lot and something that I can exit out when I go faster. So now we're gonna get up to this cone right here, and we're just gonna turn, and we're gonna look both sides, make sure our shoulders are in line, and I'm just gonna walk 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, right at the tippity toes. Do the same thing this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes. Now we're gonna go to this cone over here, and we're gonna do the same thing. We only got 2 cones left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do that. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That is the cone pattern. You don't have to change it. Now every single drill, we got 20 plus drills, every single drill is going to be inside this design. So let's get these cones, I'm sorry, these tennis balls cut in half. And now we got everything. All right, everybody, we're gonna be jumping into the balloon exercise. Now, this is gonna be a simple U-turn. This is a beginner exercise. We're gonna get into harder and harder ones. But how I like to do these exercises is I like to do the familiarization of it the first run. I like to have a warm-up the second run, and then I like to go for time on the third run. But since this one's pretty simple, we're just gonna do 2 easies and then go fast for the last one for time. So the first sets of times, I'm not too worried about. After that, we're going for it. All right, so very simple left-handed U-turn. Let's go around it. Make sure you're doing your head and eye movement. I'm going nice and slow. Counterweight, friction zone, throttle control. All right, then exit out. 9.79. All right, let's go a little bit faster. We're just gonna do a nice wide arc. Now let's go ahead and look through the whole turn. So turn that head. We're gonna be doing this for every single section. Turning that head towards that next exit or that next cone. All right, very easy. 8.3. Now let's go for time. Now you could come up with strategies. You can try to cut it close or just go one wide arc, but let's try cutting it close on these cones and give it some power. And as soon as I get to here, I'm gonna accelerate out. 6.92, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the glide next. So let's have some fun. All right, everybody, we're gonna be jumping into the glide. Remember, the first run is familiarization, so we're gonna try to get familiar with this, and then we're gonna go ahead and warm up and then go for speed. So it's gonna be a nice wide U-turn all the way around everything, and then another U-turn around these 3 cones. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. So nice and easy, familiarize ourselves with this drill. So it's gonna be all the way around everything, absolutely everything, and then we're gonna go around this cone. If you notice, my head is turned the whole time to the right because it's just a right-handed U-turn, and then we're gonna exit out. And that's it. All right, so now that was the familiarization portion. So now we're gonna go ahead and warm up a little bit because the last one's for time, 15.9, here we go. So around everything, now that I know, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my body weight to the outside for counterbalance. Turn those handlebars, that's a big part, and exit out. 13.86. All right, let's go for time on this one. I'm gonna try to cut these a little bit short. Remember, come up with your own strategy. I don't know if that's gonna help it, but we still got a good time on that second one. Hey, a little bit better. A little bit better. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next exercise, but that is the glide. All right, we're gonna go do the ghost. Now the ghost is a little bit more fun. It's still a beginner exercise. Remember, first one, familiarize, second, warm up, third, for time. Here we go. So around this cone, okay, now we're gonna have to go around these 2 cones, go to the outside, and then exit out. Oh, that's not too bad. All right, 9.00, almost 8. Let's try that. Warm up now for the time. So let's give it, now that I understand, around here, that first shift around that cone right there at the beginning, where you have to change direction, it's a lot like when you're about to do a figure 8. You have to change direction right in the middle. All right, 8.1, let's see if we can get to 7. All right, for time. I don't even have to give it speed right here. Now give it some speed, give it some speed. Let's see if it was better. 7.8, all right, much better this time. So that was the ghost. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, Lefty loosey. Lefty loosey is a lot of fun. It's just a bunch of left-handed U-turns. Let's go wide, narrow, narrower, and out. So here we go, left. All right, here we go, left-handed U-turns. So familiarize ourselves, going around all the cones. Now we gotta cut in to these cones, and then we have to go around this cone. So I'm gonna go wider on this part to start. Okay, that's not too bad, because this last U-turn is within 20 feet, which is part of your MSF final test or your DMV test. All right, so 17.35. All right, now that we've familiarized, let's go ahead and do a warm up for the time. So nice and wide. This is when we practice our strategy, okay. I didn't need to take that much room. Maybe if I cut it. That wasn't bad. Let's see if that was better time. 12, oh, much better. 12.98. Let's see if we can get to low 12s or 11. All right, so for time, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we got 11.8. Very nice. All right. So that was the lefty loosey. We're going to do the reverse. It's going to be called the righty tighty. All right. So the righty tighty is just the lefty loosey, but reverse. Remember, familiarize, warm up for time. Here we go. Familiarize. So we're going to have to go around everything to the right. Some people have trouble with right-handed U-turns, so this is great practice. Now I'm going to go wide on this one just so I can feel comfortable. Remember, turn those handlebars, counterweight a little bit, and we're gonna exit out. 16.4, okay, now for warm-up. Now I'm not gonna go wide on this last U-turn. I'm gonna cut it short like I did on the lefty loosey because it felt good. We have somebody in the parking lot, but I'm not too worried about that. They're distracting me, but we're gonna go ahead and continue. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna exit out. 14.18. Man, I had 11 on the lefty loosey. Let's see if we can get to 12. Let's cut this time. I got distracted. 3, 2, 1. Make sure I'm doing that head and eye movement. I'm gonna cut this in. What's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and get that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? Last stream you had a bad incident. There. Oh, jeez. Smee can't hang out. She's got some stuff to do. Okay. It's going good, Colin. It's going good. Elad, how you doing? Solid Snake. How's Liquid, by the way? I always have to ask. See how he's doing. I played Blinder today at work. Figured out a problem. Nice. Okay. Harry, how you doing? Are we gonna do a little rock form recap? Okay, so I guess that's the branded recap. Here's the rock form case. So if you guys want to get one, it's 20% off. Link in the description for a rock form case. It's a phone mount for the motorcycle, and there's magnets and some cool stuff. All right, so you can check it out if you want. What did we get done this last week? Well, I went and played golf, so that's a fun one. I might have to make some adjustments to the camera too. So I went and played some golf. So that was fun. Let's go and change the brightness. There we go. A little bit less bright. Gamma's fine. Perfect. Okay. Went and played golf. Had a lot of fun. I haven't played in a while. Also, last week we didn't have a live stream because I was working pretty hard on getting a ton of books out. So I was able to get the shipment in. So we got a bunch of books in. I was shipping out a ton of books. So you guys went and pre-ordered it. Thank you so much. I added a little extras in the pre-order. And I just want to say thank you for those of you that bought one. If you can write a review, that'd be great. I sent in with each order, I put in a QR code to write a quick review if you really wanted to, and that'd be very helpful. Let me know like what you like, what you didn't like, how I can improve it, all that kind of stuff. Great feedback. That way I can make the thing very specific to you so that you can learn how to ride a motorcycle. So I'm very thankful. I had a bunch of orders. I posted it on Instagram. It was a lot of fun. The Real Bikers, hey, I haven't seen you in a while either. Hopefully you're doing well. Still making content, man. So last week that's what I was doing, and I was working on some newer ideas for the new book, the next version of it. Which, by the way, if you do buy the book, anytime I make an updated version, you'll get that digital updated version. Every time I upload the new digital version to the store, I click send update to everybody that's ever bought something, so you get the updated stuff. So you could buy the digital version once, and you'll keep getting new ones as I update it. It's not going to be always an update, but the goal is to have like a new version every year. It's like a living document type of a thing. Yeah, last week I had therapy, my monthly therapy, so that was really good. It was a very tough one. It was like an actual class for me. So I'm still processing that even a week later. It was last Tuesday. And then some fun stuff. I had to take my van, and we were just sharing, guys, right in the chat. We're in the dorm room right now. I took my van in to get checked because there's some clunking noise going over small little bumps. Basically, the struts, the little rubber in the strut wore out. It's about 100,000 miles on this van, and it's about time, I guess. And it's just making noise, so I'm taking it in this Friday to get it replaced. I didn't need to. There's no structural problems. I just don't like the sound of it, and it's gonna need it anyways. So might as well just do it. That kind of sucks. It's gonna be terrible. Tomorrow I got a massage. Went to the gym yesterday. Did some powerlifting. That was a lot of fun. Did some deadlifts. But that's the rock form recap. When it comes to like what I've done the last 2 weeks, I missed you guys last week, and I've just been working hard on getting those the books out and working on, like I said, a new thing. So I'm working on the new book. There's a new structure. In fact, I kind of want to show it to you guys. You guys know how it goes here. I like to show you guys stuff. Should I show it to you guys yet? No, not yet. But I'll tell you about it. I won't show you the curriculum, but I'll tell you about it. I'm working on a motorcycle skills test study guide. I'm working on a study guide. So in chapter 9 of the book, So if you get this book, you pretty much get the study guide already. Chapter 9 of the book, you get all the different things for the motorcycle operator skills test. So like right at the end, after you learn how to ride, I walk you through how to actually take the test and practice for the test, or at least just practice through the test, so you can be perfect when it comes to the actual testing. But I'm working on a motorcycle skills test study guide where it's going to have that, and then it's going to have the California M1 test, because it's a little bit different. The most test is pretty standard across the United States for the most part. It's the same skills, just done a little differently. Maybe they'll do the U-turn first, but it's typically a cone weave, turn from a stop, a U-turn, obstacle swerve, and quick stop. They might mess with it. But with the California, there's a serpentine ride, a circular ride, a slow ride, and then you have a swerve and a quick stop. So I'm going to be working on that. And then adding in extra test skills, because there's other things out there that different states like to throw in. So I'm going to do the cone weave, but they're going to do the offset cone weave, a figure eight, and a few others, and then give you a little bonus of how to ride using the planned method after you pass your test. And then working on the new rescue booklet, working on the new version of Riding Smart. There's like a lot. There's a lot that I'm working on. I wrote out the syllabus for these things, so I'm gonna be working on that. And then yeah, when it comes to what this channel is up to, I've been posting a ton of YouTube shorts. So if you've seen that, that's great. And the funny thing is that since I've started the channel, it's been, like back then it was all just videos. I don't even think they had like YouTube gaming, and that's when you could do live streams. They didn't have an actual live stream ability for like normal channels. You had to like get in. And so I was just doing regular videos. And then live stream opened up, and then all of a sudden they started doing YouTube shorts because of TikTok. And so I've been posting a bunch of YouTube shorts, about 4 to 6 a day, based off the live stream that we do here. And I have a feeling, just the way it looks, I'm a YouTube shorts creator now. This channel it's mainly YouTube shorts. I'm posting everything. So I'm doing the live stream, the regular videos, YouTube shorts. But YouTube shorts are getting the most views beyond everything. Most subscribers, all that stuff. So I think it's just kind of like a switch. So those of you that are still here that love watching the live stream, still doing them, still going to do them. You like the regular videos, still going to do them. But I have a feeling like I'm pretty much a YouTube shorts creator that makes live streams and regular videos. It's kind of a weird thing. And this channel's crashes and close call after action reviews. And once I start working on this next stuff for the books, there's gonna be more how-to videos on motorcycle training concept YouTube channel. So it's a different channel. But I don't know. It's weird. For me, what's the difference? Back when you got the M1 in California, you did the basic MSF course. You didn't need to do the skills test. Interesting. Yeah, they changed it up. California doesn't do MSF anymore. Total Control won the California bid. So you do Total Control stuff, which is weird. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna teleport into the classroom in 3, 2, 1. There we are. Look at that. Teleportation. It's fun. YouTube is weird with shorts. The subscribers you get from your shorts don't transfer to regular. Yeah, it's a weird thing. What I've noticed though, here's the crazy thing. So when you click on if you watch any of my videos right now, like a different video, it will show the live icon that like I'm live. So if you're on YouTube Shorts, or you're visiting my profile, you'll see that I'm live. So just the simple fact that there's hundreds of thousands of views going, like right now I'm getting let's see, 27,000 views an hour right now on this channel. 27,000 views an hour. So if somebody sees that it's live and they have time in those 27,000 people, that's going to translate to more live stream viewers. And that also, if somebody wants to click and wants to see more, so it does translate. It's just that it's a very low. It's a very low. It's all volume. You have to get millions of views to get 1,000, 2,000 kind of new people to watch. So it's about volume. The long form videos, they build trust. People want to see more of that. They see more of that. It's a weird dynamic. It's all marketing and sales kind of talk. It's something different than what most content creators are used to. And so I've been learning a lot about business side stuff, like click-through rates and all that stuff. Sorry, that's gross. It's weird. My Alexa just went off. That's weird. But let's go ahead and get this down here. Let's get this off. Let's get this off. Let's get that off. We have 2 MotoStars videos. We have the first one. So how's everybody's week? Like, tell me about your guys' week. Like, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? Get some good gear, heated gloves. Oof, I don't like riding in the cold. I agree with him. I don't want to ride in the cold. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen, at least that. There we go. So we have that. We have 2 Crash Bandido videos. I want to try those out. I talked about it last time that it might be something fun to work with because he speaks during it. In fact, let's go ahead and bring it. I'm not having to click all these buttons again. Go ahead and bring it up. Go ahead and do the next one. Hopefully there's no repeats. If there is, that's fine. You guys have to see it. I'll edit that stuff out. Ooh, maybe inappropriate. Let's take a look. It's an older one. It's an older one. Let's get rid of these notifications. I don't like seeing that there's notifications. There we go. There it is. Dirtbike Lunatic has a new video with me in it. Oh, geez, Shadows. Does Dirtbike Lunatic still do stuff? I know Moto Madness stopped. Oh, Elad, go save the world. Have a good time at work. No worries. Dirtbike Lunatic's still posting. Still posting. Yeah. Wow. Like multiple times a week. Well, let's take a look. Let's see. Let's take a look at this latest one.
This
Let's see what
said that this was
Hey, Rock.
satisfying moment ever. Take a look.
All right. Does he talk during all of it?
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, getting pulled over.
Ah!
Hey. You never see that. Illegal lane change.
Yes! Yeah! Yeah!
A little too excited for somebody getting caught. Not a big deal. This is a
Dirt bike lunatic.
This biker said that
Hey.
before he even turned.
We don't like road rage. Road rage is lame. There's a low side on a track. Okay.
The driver suddenly switched lanes on this biker, leaving him no time to react. He struck the side of the car and was thrown into a concrete barrier, leaving him injured.
Yeah, it might be difficult to work with when he pops up on screen. That's why I really like MotoStars. I think Dirtbike Lunatic adds a little bit too much of the road rage and then like escaping cops type stuff. But I'll take a look at his channel a little bit more. Oh, she got messed up. Not too bad. I used to use their stuff until you started popping up all the time. Which at the time you had to do that because when I first started, it was just crashes and close calls, like super hardcore compilation type stuff, and it was very YouTube started cracking down on it and demonetizing. So they started posting that stuff. They started posting this stuff at the beginning because hopefully they can get monetized for it. And that's kind of where it went. Let me go ahead and do something real quick. I gotta get on my rock form phone mount. No, I just gotta grab a password real quick. Something on the OBS got a little funky. All right. Doing my password, and don't look at it, guys. Don't look at it. Sit down. We have pizzas today. Don't look at the password. I know you guys are looking on the screen. You're like, where is it? It's not there. Go ahead and do that. Because it took down my chat. It like logged me out. I have to log back in. There we are. Perfect. Wonder if your video's in this one, Elad. Before you go, this is the newest MotoStars. 6 days ago. Let's take a look and see if we can find Elad. If you're in here, we'll do your video right now because you got to get going to save some lives. Take a look. Lucas on 2 wheels. Rebel Rider 04. I haven't seen the video. I watched it the same time you guys watch it with me. Dancing in the Box, Bagger Society. No, you're not in this one. The MotoStars. Or are you talking about the Dirt Bike Lunatic one? This one's from 2 years ago. You're not in that one. All right, guys. 35 of you in here, but there's only 19 of you signing into class. Oh, we got donuts? We're doing donuts? We're not breakfast pizzas? Who swapped out the... thank you, Colin. You swapped out the pizzas because we're gonna have that towards lunchtime. This is a little bit breakfast time, so we're gonna have some donuts right now. Grab yourself a slice of donut. We'll get some pizzas after the first video. Go ahead and hit that like button. That's how you sign into class, and you grab some donuts. Okay, you have to sign into class to be able to do that. You have to click that like button. Click the like button now. Yeah, we're gonna edit some. We're gonna edit after this video, after this live stream. You know, that's another thing I might do is like on the Discord. I just might be like, hey guys, come hang out with me while I do some edits of the videos and just kind of like a chat. That might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. Just kind of like a hangout behind the scenes, how I edit, how I do that stuff, get some instant feedback from you guys on the Discord. Like, ooh, I liked that one. Yeah. 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 Weird when you say it like that. Yeah, just kind of like a hangout, maybe like 10 of us just chilling in there, maybe swap between some video games, play some Helldivers too, and then get back into editing. I mean, almost like hanging out with me all day while I work. Watch me pick my nose type stuff. A little weird. Hog Rider might not join today as he's not feeling. Oh no, I was about to. I mean, I knew Colin got the pizzas, but I was about to say Hog Rider. He's not feeling well. Everyone wish him. Please wish him well. Hog Rider's always in the chat. He never misses a live stream. Elad usually lets him know. Yeah, let's do a little wish of the wells for Hog Rider. Hopefully he's feeling better. Hopefully he sees this. Somebody wants to clip it. You can actually clip the loose live stream things. So, hey Hog Rider, hope you're feeling well. Hope you're doing well. Come back. There you go. Somebody clip that and send it to him. Somebody clip it and send it to him. So he feels better. All right, we got some stuff. Let's see. Let's make sure everything works. Yep, that works. I see that. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. 3. We're going to go ahead and start. We're going to at least get through the first one because I want to see if I can do 4. I want to see if I can do 4 today. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're right. Pencil. I click start recording and is it not recording? Stop recording. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'll get the pencil out. You're right. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. Let's go ahead and delete that recording because I recorded for like a second. I don't want it to mess up anything. There we go. Got the pen. There we are. We got 4. We got 4 today. How you doing, Durarara X2? 40V in class. Make sure you hit that like button. You have to do something around here. Hello from Hollywood, California. Very nice. We're going to hit the record button. We're going to record this for everyone else that can't make it to the live stream. I'm going to edit these things, make some YouTube shorts and all that stuff. But you guys get to hang out on the live stream. We get to chat in between these videos. So thank you guys for the help when we're going to make it so everyone else can see these. 3, 2, 1. 2 sounds great. 2, 1. All right. MotoStar. This is the brand new one, 6 days ago.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, we're cruising 135 miles per hour around all this.
Quickly things can go wrong on the road.
Okay. How quickly things... Oh, the little speed wobbles. He hit a road surface hazard. Got very lucky when is able to save it. Okay, so that's where it happened. Let's go ahead and go back just a little bit. So he's cruising... Oh, let's go back further. So he's going pretty fast, 134 miles per hour. So way faster than the flow of traffic. Igor, welcome. So he's going to come up to here.
Things can go wrong on the road.
And he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Like, it's the speed, you know, 146 miles per hour. It's speed is the speed. But the thing is, you're at night. You can't see very well. The light, your head beams kind of suck a little bit. And if you hit the tiniest of things, like a rock or a pothole or a piece of oil, something like that, you're going to lose some traction. And when you lose traction at this speed, at this lean angle, it's going to cause those little speed wobbles. So he hit something right there. Either lost traction on that rear tire going at that speed or hit something. So you see how there's multiple different factors when it comes to this? What's the main one here? Going 145 miles per hour. So how about we slow that down a little bit? So you got the speed wobbles. Now you're kind of at mercy of what the bike's going to do. There's nothing you're going to be able to do at this point. You don't have enough room. Very lucky that he was able to grab some kind of traction, or his tires grabbed some traction. He didn't do anything. The tires grabbed it before hitting the curb. And then he was actually going over a little, was it like a gutter right there. So he got very lucky. Super, super lucky. Surprised he survived. Surprised he survived that. Let's go to the next one. All right, yeah, getting her knee down. Yeah, a little bit too far, though, and we're off the road. Very lucky that he went onto that dirt road, and there was no cars coming. So Parsons Branch was quite dusty, and it's best to slow down on the curve because it will bite you. Yes, yes, yes. It will bite you if you're going really far down. So we're trying to get our knee down. We're trying to get the lean angle going right here. And we're just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. But guys, you have to remember, like, this is not a track. You're going to have leaves. You're going to have dust. You're going to have a bunch of different problems. Your tires aren't going to be the best it is. Igor, thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. So he's going to go ahead and low side. So this is the moment our peg starts scraping. And we got up and over. Now, imagine if there was a car coming. So out on a track, you don't have a car coming. So if you do this on track, fine. This is what it would look like on a track, but he got very lucky.
Oh, good slide though.
Very lucky. Yeah, quite dusty.
So he was running.
A little bit of damage on the bike, not too much. Got some sliders. All right, so we got an interesting view here. Crest of the hill coming up here. Decent position, enough of a space cushion. Oh, we just straight up lost our rear tire. Yeah, a little surprising. What the heck? Amazing that the bike just kept sliding. That it didn't, like... Look at it. he's not I mean, he's not gaining any speed because he has no rear tire. But the simple fact that it didn't fall over, it's the one time the bagger bike actually solved his problems. All right, here we go. We're cruising. Oh, somebody wanted to get off and cut us off. Did not see us. So always watch out for these merging areas. So part of planning our ride is locating hazardous situations. We're off next to a merge area. Always do a 360 situational awareness. Now, this is something that he couldn't have prevented because that person just came out straight. So as soon as somebody gets a little bit close right here, we're going to have to apply the brakes really hard. He still hit him. Now, when it comes to like uh-ohs, that's why we acquire and use personal protective equipment, just in case an idiot does something to us, that we have at least some kind of protection that's going to mitigate injuries. So please wear your gear. Overall, pretty bad spot. Wasn't anticipating that. Mustafa Phenomenanak, whatever his name is. Yeah. Hopefully he's going to get their insurance. All right, we're going to blur everything out. We're even blurring out what he's watching. Pretty interesting. Hopefully it's not a PO or... anyways, here we go. Going pretty fast. Everyone loves doing this until they crash. Like that. Yeah, I don't understand the mentality. If somebody can help me out with this. I mean, I get the adrenaline and feeling like a superhero. Let me know if this is getting towards like what you guys do. Hopefully you don't do this. Not here at in our classroom eating our donuts. If you do, you need to be paying attention here. But I feel like there's this mentality of like, yeah, I'm gonna weave through traffic. I feel like a superhero. I'm fast. Yeah, it almost like builds like this weird confidence. The thing is, you're applying so much risk to something that you don't have to be doing, and the end result, if you fail, could be death. So I mean, it's almost like an adrenaline junkie thing. Now, why are you pursuing adrenaline, and why are you pursuing to be an adrenaline junkie? Maybe the rest of your life isn't doing so well, and you need to have this outlet. I don't know. It's kind of like the same. It's like a coping. I'm assuming and projecting a little here. Maybe is it like a coping thing? Like I'm stressed, so I'm gonna drink a lot of alcohol. I'm stressed because I'm gonna do these drugs. I'm stressed because I'm gonna eat a bunch of food. I'm stressed and I'm just gonna watch 8 hours of Netflix. I mean, like there's always some type of coping thing. And here when we do stupid stuff like this, it makes me feel like we're coping for something else. And that's the thing is like if you're gonna be coping with something that is super high risk that can end in your death, we're not helping ourselves. I don't know. Write in the comments, what do you think? Here we go. So we're gonna go in and out of traffic, but we're not going super fast like the other people. We're riding on a scooter. Okay, yeah, this person slowed down on us. We're gonna do a nice little swerve, but the person behind us wasn't paying attention and we're gonna impact. Overall, not good. Uber drivers or Uber Eats are fighting for that next delivery or something. I don't know what the heck's going on. Overall, pretty bad. Thankfully, we did not crash ourselves. All right, distracted car driver rear ends us. Another little Uber Eats. Okay. Oh, please don't get hit. Please don't get hit. Oh, we barely got tapped. That's better than getting smashed into these pedestrians. Go ahead and get your insurance. Go ahead and do all that stuff. Not a big deal. Overall crappy though. What a way to end your evening when you're just trying to get home. All right, here we go. G-force jacks. We have headlights in our lane. You see how he went over to fight? Who the F are you for blowing your horn at? You crossed the double yellow on your arm out. So he finally switched over. You see how he fought for the lane? So we were originally in the middle of the position. I don't like this. Guys, don't be doing this stupid stuff. You're going to lose. If they're not paying attention and they're going to hit you, you're going to lose. So the whole point of plan is position for safety, locate hazard situations, assess relevant threats, and navigate active ones. We see that a hazardous situation. We have headlights facing us in our lane. Is it a relevant threat? It's in our lane. How do we navigate into a new position for safety? The new position for safety would be off onto the shoulder. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. They cross the double yellow to pass. They're in your lane. You know, they shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do this. This whole idea of like, you shouldn't. People should. Guys, don't worry. That's not reality. People do things they shouldn't be doing all the time. All the time. And some of those things can harm you. Some of those things can kill you. And this is one of those things where somebody shouldn't be in your lane, but they are, and you're just going to go ahead and what? What are you going to do in this situation? Move over? No. We're going to move from the right side to the left side to showcase to him, hey, you're in my lane. We're focused on making them make a change when we need to be focusing on a change ourselves to keep ourselves safe. At the end of the day, that's all that matters is you keep yourself safe. So just switch over. I get it. The initial feeling of anger, the initial feeling of they shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to do something about it and teach them a lesson. Stop right there. Be like, they shouldn't be doing this. I want to teach them a lesson. I need to get myself into a new position for safety. Simple as that. You'd be surprised how many accidents and close calls you will get away from and you won't even have if you just have this mentality of just moving away and letting it go. And guess what? That's a lot when it comes to life. And it's tough. I get it. But we're over here fighting. Now we're in a position for safety. The thing that solved our problem to get us going to the next destination is by moving over. We should have done that a long time ago. A long time ago. It's frustrating. Don't be an idiot. All right, here we go. Riding in the rain, so we're going to have some traction issues.
Situations where
He lost his GoPro. Where'd it go?
Behind him was likely distracted and slammed into him with full force.
It was coming. It was coming. That sucks. Nothing could have done there. Damn. We'll watch it one more time. So he's coming up to a stop. I'm not going to do an after action on this one.
Situations where the rider can feel
He's coming up to a stop.
The driver behind him.
Gosh, this is why you wear back protectors and his helmet. Because his helmet's going to hit the back of the... jeez. Yeah, so there's like... See, that's what I'm saying, your back. Like, that's why having a back protector, because your spine... I guess we'll do a little bit of an after action review on this one. It's not a big deal. I'm probably going to cut all this out. This is just for you guys on the live stream and for YouTube members, because you get the full video. I don't edit. You get the full video. So if you're a member, you get this. His back. So you have the spinal processes on those little things that hook on the end of your spine. Those can break very easily. And then here, having a separation of your vertebrae, very easy. Having compression, getting it pushed in, all this other stuff. That's why you need a back protector. You need a back protector. That gray foam. If you're in the chat right now and you're watching this as a member, and you look at your jacket and it has that gray squishy foam, that's not impact protection. That's just a pad. They put that in there. So you can have a pad. They don't give you, for the most part, actual back protectors. You have to buy those separately. So please buy one separately. And then his helmet. So the helmet, if he didn't have a helmet on, the back of his head would have gone into the windshield, shattered the windshield, but then also possibly have a skull fracture. And at that point, if it's going to get pushed in, now we're having brain issues. On top of just even hitting your head with a helmet, you're going to have a concussion. You're going to have a concussion. You're going to have a traumatic brain injury from this, very specifically. And then having some neck issues, so whiplash, you're going to have like the tendons and ligaments and the neck muscles getting damaged. So now you're going to have issues like turning your head and just having constant headaches. This guy is not doing well. Not doing well. So there's the impact to everything else. I mean, it looks like the car tried to swerve last second. Oh, because it looked like he hit his arm. So now we have a left arm issue. You see how the arm hit the A-frame post? So, yeah, I mean, his back and still, like everything I was talking about with the hood and the windshield is still relevant, but thankfully it was a little bit of an angle, and he didn't smack right in the windshield. His arm did, though. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Park off to the sides. You're right, Colin. All right, we'll move on to the next one. All right, so we're cruising. Beautiful looking area. Where are we at? It doesn't show. It has the coordinates, but it looks like desert southwest. A little bit of snow. Okay, ooh, that's a big point right here. I want to point out, oh, he's got full gear. Nice, he's slipping and sliding everywhere. So I'm going to point this out real quick. If you notice, when we're out in the sun, let's go back even further. We're out in the sun, there's no snow on the ground because the sun's hidden it. It's kind of warming it up. It's enough warmth to, you know, melt the snow, and it's kind of gone. It's evaporated. So whenever you're riding in areas where there is snow, so we start to see some snow like on the side of the road right there. If you start getting into shadowed areas, the dark sides of the mountains, right, in Ramsian, you start seeing that there's going to be a dark side. There's not going to be any sun to evaporate and melt the snow. So that's going to be one of those hazardous situations where you're locating a hazardous situation. It's like, of course, a corner is a hazardous situation for motorcycle riders. Okay. But this is an easy corner. But we're in a snowy area or there's snow on the ground, not in the sun area. Be aware that when you get to the shadows like this, you see how all the snow is still there? Pretty common idea, right? But when it comes to motorcycle riding, then you're possibly going to have ice. You're possibly going to have issues. So when you get around this corner, slow it down and try to take it a little bit easier instead of like a hardcore turn. And he's not really doing a hardcore turn. It's hard to see with this, but you notice how like there's tire marks. There's tire marks where other cars went. That's where you want to aim. You want to aim for that. You don't want to aim for the parts that have the snow, like where in the middle of the vehicle and then on the sides of the lane. You want to ride right in the tire lines. That's the best thing you can do in that situation. Unless it's ice. Yeah, I mean, like, overall, you're going to have a bad spot. That's why you wear full gear like this. All right, here we go. Riding in a group ride. Decent staggered. I like it. We're kind of cruising. Very nice. We're going around a corner. Somebody not make it around the corner. No, we made it. Very good. What do we got here? Somebody running into the back of us. Guys, this is why you talk to each other on your Cardos. And he did have a Cardo, one of the older ones, the Pack Talk Bold. But if you want to grab a Cardo unit, 10% off, link in the description. Get the Duo, go with your buddy. It's cheaper that way. But this way you can talk to each other. And you don't even need the Pack Talk Edge. That's the top of the line one. You can get the Spirit and still talk to each other. But at least start mentioning and saying, hey, we're turning, we're speeding up, whatever. And it could have just straight up been the person in the back is a brand new rider and doesn't know how to handle a nice little easy turn and maintain a space cushion, which is what you guys should be doing in a group ride. So overall, pretty bad. The other guy fell. All right, what do we got? Life on our map. Look at the area. Where are we at? We're in a little industrial, not maybe like a downtown feeling. Some traffic. We have an intersection coming up. Okay, right? Put yourself in the mindset. So we're coming up to here. We have people crossing over. It's green for us. Doesn't mean we have to go. You see right there, perfect example. Green doesn't mean go. I got a lot of crap for this on a YouTube short and a Facebook post or an Instagram reel or whatever. When the title says green does not mean go and the guy ran into the intersection and got hit because it was green. Well, green doesn't mean go. It means you have the opportunity to go. It means it is your turn to go. It's still your job to make sure it's safe to go. You can't just be like, oh, green means go. No, because then people are like, well, by that logic, red doesn't mean stop. It's like, no, red means stop. It means you're supposed to stop because there's a possibility that other cars are going. So you should stop. Doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean you have to. But I highly recommend you do. So right here, green, sure, we could go, but who's in the intersection still? People. So we get up to here and we're getting upset. We're like, hey, man, what the heck? Now we have a line of sight problem. What's on the other side of this vehicle in the trailer? We don't know. What's on the other side? I don't know. But we have one hand off the handlebars. We're getting upset. We're still going forward. Oh, crap. You see what I mean? Wait until it's clear to go. Not a big deal.
In this clip we've got the type of riders who definitely don't encourage riding in a group.
RPMs. Oh, geez. Somebody's doing a little power burnout thing or wants to rev up for some chicks on the side of the road. accidentally dumps the clutch and runs into your buddy. Now you're cool. Now you're cool with all those damaged bikes and your pissed off friends. You got very lucky. Yeah, yeah, that thing is. Oh no, dude, the tire is not even on. If you are riding on the road and you have a dual sport and you have this beautiful area to ride off-road, what kind of motorcycle rider are you? Are you the guy on the road or are you that guy over there? Write it in the comments. What do you guys, which one of those peoples are yous? All right, let's take a look and see what happens though. Oh, he's getting a little squirrely. Getting a little squirrely. I'm gonna get back on the road. I don't like this anymore. I don't know if I like it. Get up, get back. Oh crap, I'm kind of stuck. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Having some fun though. Oh, oh. See you later, Elad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, just having fun. Look at that. I mean, what would you do? All right, here we go. Intersection, and there it is. Ooh, we lost traction, and we're able to gain it back. Very, very lucky. So let's go back just a little bit here. So we're coming up to an intersection. When it comes to planning our ride, we're going to locate hazardous situations. Intersections and corners are the very typical hazardous situation. So hazardous situation right here. Any relevant threats. Can't really see much. You know, you see how confusing it looks? Now, what do you do when things get a little confusing, when things get a little, it's overwhelming? You pause. You slow it down. Same thing with your emotions. You get a little overwhelmed with your emotions, pause, process, all that stuff, right? When we're riding, we're not necessarily stopping and processing. We're slowing it down, coming to an intersection, covering our front brake, looking for escape paths while we're trying to find this possible relevant threat or active threat. And we get up to here. Oh, left turner. Since we're already covering our brakes, looking for escape paths, all this other stuff, we're already prepared before going into the intersection. And you should be doing this in your car, your motorcycle, every intersection. It's going to get to a point where at the beginning, it's like, it's a lot of work, Dan. I don't like doing this because I have to look for so much. Just like when you first started learning how to ride or tie your shoe, it took a little bit. You had to think about it. Now you don't have to think about it after you've done it 100 times. Same thing here. You don't have to think about it after 100, 200 times because you do it all the time. So we get up to here. We have that left turner. Very dangerous for motorcycle riders, okay? But we're already covering our front brake. We're getting ready to do good progressive brake pressure. We're not going to slam it, but we weren't prepared in this situation. We can also give an excuse to the car driver. Couldn't see us. You see how the shadow's in front of us? It means sun in their eyes. Couldn't see us. He also pulled out in front of another car, kind of a D move. Get up to here, we slam that front brake. You see the immediate slam the front brake. Okay, did a good job. We got some traction, some compression. Don't keep slamming it progressively now. But I think he also slammed that rear tire because you're going to see this, that rear tire slide. Look, you see the shadow, but he's like fishtailing it at this point. So he also slammed that rear tire. Okay, it's not going to, or rear brake, it's not going to work because we apply brake pressure. Let's pretend this right here is the front end of the motorcycle, and this is the back end of the motorcycle. When we apply brake pressure, it does this. Now, where is the traction and the weight on that rear tire? It's not there. It's up on the front. That's why 70 to 80% of your brake pressure or your stopping distance or stopping power, there we go, is on the front tire. That's why it's really important to do progressive brake pressure on the front, and you barely even use that rear brake, or honestly, not at all in an emergency situation. Use that front brake. Okay, rear brake's really good for slow speed maneuvers and kind of like slower stuff. That front brake, slow progressive brake pressure, more, while your nose is diving down. So he lost traction on that rear tire because he slammed it, and you see how his legs go everywhere. That's not going to help you when it comes to balance. He got very lucky. This is also another point. When it comes to, you don't have to stop. You just have to slow down enough to allow that vehicle to go. So he did save himself. It was a close call, but it was good enough braking for this situation. Because he couldn't swerve left, the vehicle, couldn't swerve right. So it's like, all I got is braking. And that's why when we're coming up to intersections, we are prepped and ready for it because we're seeing that it's a hazardous situation, utilizing the plan method. So he slowed down enough to be able to allow that vehicle go. Now imagine if this person was speeding and hauling ass. Would he be able to slow down enough? So good job on this rider for not going like acting like an idiot and going super fast through an intersection. Another, I'll give him, you know, he at least applied the brakes and didn't go nuts and crash, and he saved himself. Was it pretty? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be as ugly as ever and still work. So guys, practice your braking.
Yo!
Good job. Now he's got to check his pants because he probably crapped the crap out of him.
The rider up front was overconfident going to the corner or simply didn't.
Okay, so we're going to have to make a right-handed turn. We're in the right turn lane. Nice and easy. Practice, practice, practice in the parking lot. Did not practice it. Thankfully, he's got an off-road bike and he's just going. Screw it. When it comes to a crash and you make it a close call because you didn't dump the bike, you didn't crash, you didn't hit the ground, you didn't hurt yourself, it doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. He saved himself. He got lucky. That's a win, right? That's a win. Now, what I was saying when it comes to turns on right-handed turns like this, slow it down. I like to go about 15, 20 miles per hour. I can do that. I can do 20. It's pushing it. But 15, 20 miles per hour on a motorcycle on a right-hand turn like this, that's all you need to do. And when it comes to turning and everything, guys, remember, we have the Smart Rider drills. Guys, you got 24 drills with QR codes on each page showing me or showing you what I'm doing to actually do it. And you get a phone-friendly version you can put on your phone handlebars and practice in a parking lot. Because this right here is quite literally a small, easy little drill. It's a tight turn from the stop, basically. Well, it's not really from stop. It's a tight turn from 15 miles per hour, and you couldn't do it. Okay, so practice your skills. This is a fundamental skill. You have to make right-handed turns all the time. You practice in a parking lot with the drills, 24 drills. Try to beat my time because I have my times on them too. You get a digital download only or the booklet, but you get the digital download no matter what you do. 10% off, link in description. If you follow the live streams, if you notice at the top of the chat of the live stream, if you're watching this on the live stream, 20% off. 20% off. Until 4 p.m. Here we go. Oh, geez, we're going to put our ears up. Okay, we're going to speed like an idiot going over 100 miles an hour in an area that we probably should not be doing. We're catching up to this vehicle. Engine braking, very good. Our buddy wasn't paying attention, almost hits the other vehicle, and now we're going to get mad at that car. Just get over it. You guys shouldn't be speeding like dumbasses. Move on. I'm not even going to watch this. Oh, he did crash. Never mind. Let's go ahead and watch this. So he ran into the back of the other vehicle because he was riding like an idiot. I guess I thought that was the end of it, but it's not. Is he doing good? He's walking. That's a good sign. That means his legs are working at least. His brain is working. There's the impact. Broke. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. So be careful not to get hit by other vehicles because they're not stopping. Go ahead and move it out of the way. Pull in the clutch because it's probably still in gear because he crashed it in gear. Don't just leave it there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, put it in neutral, kind of getting it out of there. We're not going to spend all this time. You guys don't know what you're doing. Okay, now he's guarding his left ribs. Not good. He's got one of those chin mounts. There's a link in the description for 10% off if you want that. I only have like a couple sponsors. I use chin mounts for my GoPro. Alright, here we go. Blacked moto. Lane filtering, not a big deal. Green, here we go. We're going to go ahead and head out. We have a police officer right here. What is he doing?
Hey, quick question. Was it a motorcycle accident?
Say again?
Was it a motorcycle accident?
There was.
That's my boy down there.
That's your boy?
Yeah.
Alright, well, if you're not involved, I can't let you through, bro. Sorry.
Because it's his bike. He want me to tow his bike home.
How are you going to tow his bike home when you're on a motorcycle? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
She was there, but I guess I don't know if he stopped for him. Some car stopped quickly. He took the right and collided with that car.
Oh, trying to avoid it, huh?
Yeah, that's what for him.
That's a terrible feeling to see. Hey, there's shoes there. That's not a motorcycle boot. right, here we go. Side by side with another vehicle. Not a big, I don't like it. Move off. Okay, we're passing. Open lane pattern. We decided to move over to the open lane. We are not paying attention. We applied, oh my, and they even have like a watch out for motorcycle stuff. I forgot what that emblem is. But anyways, we're going to loop it. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we're coming up to here. We're not paying attention, and we're going to go up and over because we applied the brakes a little too hard, endoed, when we could have just went through the escape. Come on, man. Pay attention. Try to give him enough room.
All right, guys.
All right.
I need to find the park.
Yeah, I need to find the park too. Bagger Society. Anybody going to be pulling out? Side of the vehicle. Not a big deal. Move over. Couldn't see you. They opened it up.
Like if you're at fault.
No, okay, let's take a look at this. So we're riding through town. We see this. We see a vehicle crossing over right in front of us. That's going to indicate it is an intersection. That is a great, that's like a sign saying, hey, intersection. But we're looking for car patterns. So that side of the vehicle is a good car pattern. Now, why did this person start coming out? They couldn't see past these vehicles. These vehicles are blocking their line of sight. So they popped out, thinking it was clear, and then they stopped when they saw that it wasn't. Not a big deal. So if you understand that why people do what they do, you don't get as upset, and it's not a big deal. You just learn to move out of the way, okay?
Look at this. Come
And he wasn't
on,
speeding,
bro.
so that's good.
And they just
Not a big
stare at
deal.
you like if you're at fault.
Not a big deal. All right, here we go. Going to lane split. Why are people acting this way, right? Why are people acting this way? Why is there a truck doing this? Why is there somebody walking on the road, on a highway? I don't want to be parked right behind. That's why. That's why. I wouldn't want to be parked right behind a vehicle. I want to be kind of in a lane split position. Oh, he took the whole piece of wood with him.
Oh.
Wow. Good for him.
Calma, vamos.
Good for him. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. But if you like that, make sure you grab a donut. Hit that like button. We got a couple more videos to go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, there's a horse. That's the most random thing ever. That's the most random thing ever. I stay out of the right-hand lane unless I'm getting ready to turn, minimize the blind. Exactly. You just be in the area that you are most seen, but the main thing is you focus on what you can do, like where you can see the best. And you like put yourself in a position where you're away from everyone else. I always say it's like having two magnets, right? You don't want to be a positive and they're a negative, you just get attracted to them. You want to pretend that you're always the same as them. So they're a positive magnet, you're a positive magnet, you get close to it, it just kind of pushes each other away. You always try to keep this buffer around you no matter where you're going in traffic. That's a fun game in of itself. I don't know why people get pissed off. But we're going to try this one out. This is Crash Bandido. Crash Bandido. But before we do that, we're going to switch it over to pizzas. So Colin, I'm just going to have you go ahead and grab a couple donuts and a full large pizza. And I'm going to have you do something. I need you to go to British Columbia with this. And I need you to deliver it to Hog Rider because I'm sure he's not going to be able to make anything because he's a little sick and he needs some calories because he's going to be burning them off in the fever. So, Colin, it's going to be a long ride. It's going to be a long ride. But could you do that? And then Harry and everyone at Horvath, can you guys go to the lounge and grab? He's already out there. Thank you, man. I'll save your seat. I'll give you a large pizza yourself. Could you guys, can you grab one of the large pizzas, like all the large pizzas from the crew lounge, and then bring them in here for everyone else? I'd appreciate that because we got a long day today. We got a long day today. We got to get everybody a little fed because they get a little hangry. We don't want anybody hangry. All right, Colin's gone. All right, we won't wait for him, but he gets to see these on the replay. If he's a YouTube member, so he gets to see these on the replay. So if you guys want to join, it's only $1. But we do have 20% off on the store for the live stream only. Typically, it's only 10% off. But we have a 20% off coupon until for another 4 hours, and then it goes away. 4 hours and it goes away. Link at the top. You can get the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, the booklet right here, or the digital download. You can get the new book that I've been shipping out consistently since I got them. This teaches you how to ride a motorcycle from absolutely nothing, like what minimum gear you should get, all in your neighborhood. You don't have to go to the parking lot until chapters 8 and 9, but what kind of gear to get, motorcycle controls and startup procedures, essential riding drills, all in your neighborhood, riding in the neighborhood, practicing your shifting, practicing your swerving, practicing everything, planning, how to do the plan method. And then from the neighborhood to the parking lot, I show you how to ride on the street for the very first time. And then we're in the parking lot practicing for our endorsement test so that you're getting ready to go. Boom, right there. Grab the book. And it also comes with, if you want to get the cone kit, you only need 10 cones for those last 2 chapters. You only need 10 cones for the drill booklet. So I have a cone kit also. Or you can just do 5 tennis balls. Now these are green, so it's going to be a little hard to see. But you can just do 5 tennis balls cut in half. I got invisible ones. So it's like a tennis ball, just cut in half, and you can put them on the ground. So you can just do that if you don't want to get the cones. That's what I did for a very long time. All right, Harry, Horovac, you guys got the pizzas? Very nice. Everyone grab a slice of pizza. We're going to get started on this next video. 65 of you in class right now, but only 39 of you hit that like button. You have to hit the like button in order to get a slice of pizza, because the like button is your sign in. Because anytime you guys sign in, it lets me know how many pizzas I'm supposed to be getting for you guys. So if we get like 100 like buttons, 100 sign-ins, I know to bring 100 pizzas for the next live stream. So I might run out of pizza if you don't hit that like button, okay? And if anybody joins in and you bring them into the class and they show up and they don't hit that like button, tell them. It's like, hey, you got to hit the like button to get a piece of pizza. It's good pizza. It's from Costco. Delicious. Costco pizza's pretty good. I like QT pizza. What's your favorite pizza? Honestly, Little Caesars has been, it's cheap, easy, gives me the poops, but, you know, it tastes great. Pizza Hut back in the day, oh my gosh. Those old Pizza Huts, amazing. The Pizza Hut, or the pizza buffet, oh, so good. When I was a kid, the breadsticks, oh yeah. I like Domino's. Ingredients, still good. Very good. Homemade pizza's pretty good too. I like a nice Mediterranean homemade. Oh, sardines last week. Oh, sardines. That's interesting. I heard they're very good for you though. Very good for you. Good Chicago style pizza. Isn't that like a lasagna almost? There's a great pizza. If you're ever in Tucson and you're wanting to go hike Sabino Canyon is a beautiful area to hike. Seven Falls is a fun 8-mile in and out hike. Right on Sabino Canyon Drive, right next to Sabino Canyon, there's a place called Arizona Pizza Company, and they sell you like a big slice. It's almost like a medium-sized pizza, but it's just a slice, and they cut it up in little squares. Oh my gosh, so good, crispy, thin. It's a good pizza to get after a nice 8-mile hike. I'll tell you that. And they have a pizza and a drink combo. And it's like a $12 pizza, but it's basically a medium for yourself, and you get a drink. You can switch it to a beer. Yeah. I love Sabino Canyon. Used to ditch school and go, hey, have you ever tried AZP? Rocco's is good too. I haven't tried Rocco's. I'll try Rocco's. I'll try that. Ooh, pizza on the barbecue. That's the way to do it. Colin, you're already back? Damn. Quick. That was quick. Hopefully he's doing well up there. That's a long ride. You must have been speeding. You only visit Tucson now? Okay. Try AZP. All right, we're going to get started. We're going to lose some people here because we're talking about pizza a little too much. We have this video. Let's take a look at the intro. I haven't seen him in a while. Crash Bandido NL. He's going to do... We're not going to hit record yet. We're going to kind of go through a little bit so I can give you guys a preemptive. This is for live stream only. Okay. So he does this whole thing. That's pretty cool, you know. What are we, 15 seconds in? Surprised he doesn't lose people.
In Blood Mountain.
So this is what he does. He talks at first. He gives some context, shows it, and then gives a little bit more context. So what I'm going to be trying to do in this video is that I'm going to pretend Crash Bandido, because he's a pretty cool guy. He comments on some of the videos that I make. And he's like a real dude. Like, it's not AI. I mean, I'm sure the AI here, maybe English is not his first language or whatever, so he uses AI for this. That's perfectly fine, the voiceover. But he's a real dude. So to give some context.
Georgia, a biker was riding with his friends and carving through every corner. But in one turn, he made a few crucial mistakes.
Okay, so nice little context. That's right, Gary. So he crashes, and then he's gonna give some more context.
The rider made several mistakes. He leaned too far, his riding line was off, and most importantly, he was going too fast. Because he entered the corner at that speed, his line fell apart, and he tried to lean even lower to make it through. But at that point, it just wasn't possible.
Man.
So we did this video. So Motostars already did this very specific crash, but you see how he adds a little bit more. So I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be the same videos
Some dirt
that we've
bike
all
stations
seen.
like this always keep extra distance when riding.
So we're going to try it out. We have another Motostars video, just in case it doesn't work for some reason. Got to be creative. Got to make it work. And I'll be right back 1 second. All right. But once again, guys, if you want to get the drills or the new book, How to Ride a Motorcycle, basically, if you're a brand new rider, you don't know what to do, and you don't want to take the class, boom, boom, there's the book. 20% off right now for live stream viewers only. It's usually 10% off, but I had to fart, you're right. It's 20% off for live stream viewers. It's linked at the very top, automatically applied at checkout. So this is for the next 4 hours, this coupon code is gonna be live and it's gonna be gone until the next live stream. So you might want to wait if you don't get it today, or you can just get the 10% off normally. All right. So we're gonna jump into this one. Fart off mic. Yeah, that's right. You guys are ridiculous. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hit the record button, and boom. All right. We have a Crash Bandido. So if you ever want to know what video this is, look at the very top and say motorcycle crashes and moments. Crash Bandido. That's the video you want to look for if you want to watch the original. This is an 18-minute video, but we're going to make it 100 minutes.
In
All right.
Blood
Mountain, Georgia.
With his friends and carving through every corner.
Okay.
But in one turn, he made a few crucial mistakes.
Okay, so crucial mistakes. We're going pretty fast in the corners. There's the chevrons indicating it's a sharp left turn. We have a crash warning up ahead. We're pushing it, and it's a sharper turn, low side into the car, off to the side of the road. We've seen this one on Motostars.
He leaned too far. His right line was off, and most importantly, he was going too fast.
Yes.
Because he entered the corner at that speed, his line fell apart, and he tried to lean even lower to make it through. But at that point, it just wasn't possible.
Yes, and that's absolutely right. And why were we speeding? So we can always point out what happened, and then we can always talk about how to fix it. But a lot of people forget why. Why are we doing what we're doing? And that's a big thing, because that dictates how and what we do. So why are we speeding? Because we're trying to keep up with our buddies in front of us. It's very important to be able to ride your own ride, even in a group ride. If they take off, that's cool, and you're a little bit lagging behind, and you're constantly doing this yo-yo thing, like a rubber band thing when it comes to your group, that's perfectly fine. If everyone wants to act like idiots and you maybe not want to, maybe you need to find a different group. But that's another reason why you get a Cardo Pack Talk Edge or something, so you guys can communicate with each other and say, hey, I'm taking this corner slower than you guys. I'll catch up to you. I'll meet you at the next stop sign, whatever it is. I'm just going to enjoy my own ride versus putting myself in an anxious position, speeding a little bit harder than past my skill level to make these turns. Okay, so think about why you're doing stuff.
No, for sure not.
Luckily, the rider was okay and continued his ride afterward.
Yeah, the cop gave me 2 tickets.
Gave him 2 tickets.
Others went out for a ride.
All right,
Some
went for a ride.
don't have turn signals, and this
No.
clip shows the dangerous.
Nice little power wheelies, having some fun. Okay. What do we got here? Everyone's just kind of going like idiots, passing each other. Nobody's talking to each other. You can still talk to each other on your cardos, guys. Still talk to each other and say, I'm turning left.
Bikes don't have turn signals. You have to read their body position, slow down early, and stay prepared for sudden turns.
So the turn signals is a communicator to say, hey, I'm doing this. It's a visual communicator. You also have auditory communicators, like I said, with the Cardo Pack Talk Edge or the Spirit, whatever you want to get in their line. It's great, 10% off in the description. But you can also communicate verbally. You can communicate with another visual, doing hand signals, You can do all that stuff. Or you guys can all talk to each other before the ride or like where we're ending up, and having a motorcycle GPS on your phone that's going to say, hey, we turn left here. And once again, I use rock form for that. There's 20% off, link in that description. But there's a lot of things we can do to prevent this.
Fortunately, the rider was fine, and he decided to take a slower, more careful approach in the future. Here's when you're riding at night.
All right, here we go. Riding at night, we might have an issue with visibility. Don't wear tinted visors at night, guys. Don't do that. Okay, so I don't recommend doing that. That's kind of risky. Oh, what? Yeah, you missed the curb.
Got the keys right here. Slid all that way, guys. 100.
Got pretty lucky. I just wanted to do this. So the whole tinted visor thing at night, this is my helmet. I have my Cardo Pack Talk Edge right there. So I hit a bug. I haven't cleaned it yet. But I wear a clear visor at all times. A clear visor at all times. And then I wear sunglasses during the day. Because then what happens is that if I get caught out for some reason, I go somewhere and it's like dusk or it turned into night and I didn't anticipate that, I can just take my sunglasses off and I have a clear visor. And some of these helmets, they do have pop downs. They do have pop down visors so that you can have basically sunglasses inside, but still have a clear visor as the main thing that you're using. So guys, if you're riding around and it's gonna get night or you're typically at night, I just always have the clear visor on. I always have the clear visor. And you can get a photochromatic lens too. That works great, but I'll just wear sunglasses with my helmet. Just wanted to point that out.
Meters?
The answer is 328.0.
Track day. In Sydney's Motorsport Park,
Sydney,
rider
Australia.
Jekalowski was his
Jay
track
Jekalowski.
day, where he planned a beautiful ride. At the track, he was carving through the beautiful corners of the circuit, but one turn ended his fun for the day.
All right, so we're going through, having some fun, and it's going to be ended because of a turn. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. This is an area where you're going to practice your high-speed maneuvers, and sometimes mistakes happen. Just because you made a mistake on the track doesn't mean you're a terrible rider. It means you're pushing your limits and the bike's limits. But you have full gear, you're practicing. Hopefully the bike is doing fine, easy repairs, you know.
The rider hangs off too far without bringing his upper body with him, so he ends up putting pressure on the bars. Add a little throttle that lightens the front wheel, it hits a bump, the bars twitch, and the front finally tucks. A classic front end washout.
Low side.
Bummer, like I'm completely fine.
Hang on. Stay has a really on the solid chambers. On the streets of Turkey,
All right.
a rider
In
was
Turkey,
going way too fast, and when a small truck moved into his path, he crashed.
okay, so we're riding through Turkey, and we have an issue with not finding the escape path, and we crash into another vehicle. So guys, don't be riding fast through these areas.
This is why you need to slow down, especially when you're lane splitting or filtering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crash Bandido.
Sometimes,
All right, here we go.
just a small distraction is enough to make you crash.
Okay, so we're gonna get distracted here. We're gonna go off the road right there. Yeah. Why did we do that? Like you said,
Riders
small
say-
distraction. So throwback to when I had just gotten back on the bike for not riding for 3 months back in July. I then chose one of the trickiest roads in Utah, the Alpine Loop, and that was in hard parts. It was dumb and target fixated on a horse. Okay, so he target fixated on the horse over there. So we're coming through here. So nice and easy turn. It wasn't a technical turn, but what did we do? We target fixated on the horse on the right. Okay, there's a nice little horsey horse on the right there. Nice little horse. So we target fixated on the horse. So it's far off to that side. So when we turn our head and we're target fixating on it, what do you think is happening to our handlebars? It's starting to turn towards the horse. It's a weird concept, right? If you focus on something, that's what you get. You focus on that direction, you go that direction. So we should not be focusing on the horse. We should be focusing on the road, because there's a road here. These are all focal points that we could be using outside of the horse. We don't want to be focusing on the horse. So focus on the road. We got distracted. So great point that we're gonna crash because we got distracted.
The rider said he got target fixed happened to any go, not on. And suddenly, a family risked their lives by walking straight through a red light.
Yeah. Risk their lives walking through a red light. Okay, so we're gonna cruise through here at intersections. Jumped a couple lanes. Okay, we're going a little bit fast. Not a big deal. Oh, where'd you? Either do it or don't. We were able to stop. The other person wasn't able to. Got very lucky.
Luckily, no one was injured, though this could have ended much worse. In the U.S., an estimated 260,000 crashes every year involve people running red lights. Even with a green light, always scan both sides. People running red lights can appear out of nowhere, and a quick check can prevent a serious crash.
Interesting. It's a lot of people.
A rider from Riverhead, New York.
Riverhead, New York.
When an illegal group.
Oh.
By. Moments later, a cop pulled up, mistaking him for one of them, leaving the rider totally shocked.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing anything. I wasn't a part of this.
I'm not doing anything, man. I'm not doing. I'm street legal, man. I'm not doing.
You still shut it off. You still pay attention.
I ride the trails, man. I am. I'm recording this.
You absolutely look like you're one of the people in that group. I mean, that guy's riding a dirt bike too. But if you get caught like doing this and like you're literally just pulled over, you're not even a part of this ride, and this happens, just listen to the cop. Just deal with it. It's gonna be hard to prove that you weren't, but I mean, if you have a GoPro, you can showcase that you've been riding, doing other things, and then you just ended up here. But
I'm not doing. I'm street legal. I got one stop. Everything's up to date. I'm not on that man. What is all this?
I don't know. I don't know who these people are.
I ride trails. I don't ride with you, man. You got a plate? Yeah, I'm 100%. Yeah, man. I don't do all that.
Doesn't matter. You see everybody riding all over the place? What's the name of this group?
I don't know.
No, man. I'm not on that dirtbag, man.
Are you the fall guy that just stops so that we talk to you?
I don't do that, man. I'm telling you.
He's an angry cop.
Everything's up to date. I'm not on that. Huh? And Shirley.
Just go home. Don't be a part of this.
Nah, man.
Just go home.
All right.
Be smart.
I don't.
Cop realized he didn't have anything. That's one of those things. Is like if you answer wrong, now the cop has, he's able to do something to you. So you just literally deny.
I ride trails.
Joe Pesci, a cop.
Was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The police thought he was complicit in the group ride and treated him like a fall guy, but he genuinely wasn't part of it. What would you have done in this situation? Let me know in the comments below. In the mountains of Georgia, a rider was cruising along, but there was a lot of gravel on the road. And with gravel comes a higher risk. Hard braking can make you crash much faster.
Make you crash much faster on clean. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we're up here in the snowy area, so we're gonna have some cold tires, possibly, maybe a little bit of ice here and there, but definitely some gravel. Look at the gravel on the road. So we hit some gravel. Thankfully, we didn't go off the side of the mountain. Got very lucky there. So when we're going through the corners like this, it's easier to make it through here if we're just going and chilling throughout the ride, not having to lean the bike over to manage our speed. Because a lot of people, they like to speed through these corners and they're like, oh, I got to lean over more to make these corners because I'm going faster. Or how about you don't go as fast so you can go a little bit more vertical? That way you have the most traction whatsoever when it comes to any type of gravel on the road. And if you're going slower, it's easier for you to avoid and maneuver around the road surface hazard. So that's one of the big things here. And honestly, if it gets to a point where it's like, man, this road is terrible, I'm turning around.
The corner too fast, and when he saw the fence, he panic braked. With all that loose gravel on the ground,
Slamming the front brake.
On gravel, panic braking is a recipe for a crash.
Yes, it is, especially the front brake.
And use smooth inputs to stay in control.
Okay, there's an opening in the fence, and we could have went through it.
Even if it's not very sharp, you still need to lean with it. If you don't, you're going to miss the turn. And that's exactly what happened to this rider.
You don't need to lean with a turn like this. This is a highway. You don't need to be leaning. You just be going the speed. And just gentle counter steering. Gentle counter steering. Eat, sleep, ride, repeat. Okay. We're going pretty fast, so we're having to lean a little bit. He looked up and wasn't paying attention. If you just go the speed limit and you're just cruising, you're not going to run into this. So we're going pretty fast here, and there's a slight turn. If you're going, let's say it's a 75-mile-an-hour road, you're going 75. You're able to maneuver this just by a little bit of counter steering. If you're going 100 miles an hour, it's going to push you even further straight. When you go fast, you want to go straight. So if you're not giving it enough, that's why people lean, then you're going to go straight into the wall. But it's very easy to manage if you're just going the speed limit. So he just looks up real quick, straightens up the handlebars, realizes the road was still turning. So a lack of concentration is what caused this on top of speed.
It looks like the rider made two mistakes. First, he didn't lean into the corner and went in too straight. And second, he glanced to his left for a split second, losing focus and drifting straight instead of following the turn. The rider said he was completely fine, thanks to his protective gear, so always wear your gear. Turkey, a biker was lane splitting. And sure, lane splitting comes with its risks. But what happened here was absolutely not the rider's fault.
All right, here we go, lane splitting. So we're gonna go ahead and cruise through here. Oh, why would somebody open the door in the middle of traffic?
I mean, who expects someone to just open their door on the highway? Even in traffic, nobody does that. Luckily, the rider was fine. A car door opening on the highway is completely unexpected and dangerous.
That person did that on purpose.
Dangerous. This is why drivers should always check their mirrors before opening a door, no matter the situation.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to be opening the door. They had to have done that on purpose.
A rider from Assen in the Netherlands was out cruising.
You have to think, like, where are we at? So you have to think, there are people that will do stuff like this for insurance fraud. They'll do that for insurance fraud. They'll like purposely like slam the brakes on somebody so they get hit. Now my insurance will pay for this vehicle and I'll get money. I'll pretend I have neck pain but never really go to the hospital, but it's insurance fraud. Because they'll just say, hey, that person ran into my door. But that's why he has a camera. That's good.
When he realized he was going way too fast for an upcoming corner. So he bailed to the grass path on the side. But at the end,
we're going to do that? Okay, here we go.
That path was a massive pothole he didn't see coming.
I don't care about the front point of view. I want to see his point of view. What? Okay. We saw this one.
Leaving the asphalt should always can be incredibly satisfying.
Here we go. Sharp left turn coming up ahead.
That satisfaction usually
didn't we
happens to be a beautiful one. And in this case,
I think we saw this part. Yeah. So this guy was all over the place. We have more context to this type of rider. Absolutely riding like an idiot, scraping peg. If you're leaning that far, you should not be scraping peg.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit wide.
Oh, good slide though.
Good slide though. Okay, jeez. We don't need to see that one again. All right, these Crash Bandido videos, I got another MotoStars after this one, guys. We'll watch a MotoStars video.
Of what I want Crash Bandido fans to be, someone who sees danger before it even happens.
Hey, plan method. All right, here we go. We're going to be cruising through here. What are we listening to? I don't know, but we switched to the open lane, just like an open lane pattern. We have a red light. Good job because of that.
The bike
realized that that person behind him was not going to be able to stop in time. We were using our mirrors to be able to see that. Moved over to the shoulder, put himself in a new position for safety. Saw that there was a hazardous situation behind him. It's not always in front of you. So very good.
The intersection because he saw in his mirrors that the bus driver wasn't going to stop. The clip went viral this week in the country, and even the tour operator responded to the incident. There's an English saying.
Whoa, we just lost our phone. Guys, this is why I use a rock form mount. It locks in. It locks into your phone, onto the handlebars. Good U-turn. Link in the description for 20% off. Oh, no.
The rider bought a cheap knockoff of a quad lock. Now he doesn't just need a new mount for his moped. He needs a new phone, too. Always invest in quality gear. You really do get what you pay for.
I use rock form. That thing, yeah, that's going to pop out. Oh, it's donezo.
A rider from Japan showed another classic example of why you shouldn't give too much throttle in a turn.
All right. I tried. I like Crash Bandido. I think it's one of those things that there's just too much chit chat. We're going to go to MotoStars. We might have to start using some of their older stuff because they only put out like 1 video a week now. And I like to do 3 on a live stream. So we're gonna have to switch to this one. I don't know, less videos for me to edit this week, but it is what it is. Oh, I did deadlifts yesterday. I'm a little sore. Haven't done it in a while. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of here. Do that. Here we go. So grab yourself a slice of pizza. You passed your NREMT. Hey, didn't you ask about like some tips on that? Like how did the tips that we kind of talked about a little bit, at least like not necessarily help, but like maybe ease your mind a little bit. Did they at least ease your mind? It was super hard. Yeah, it's a hard one, but you pass, so now you get it for 2 years. You get the NREMT cert for 2 years. I think it's still, is it 2 years still? Is it 2 years? You have to recertify every 2 years, but it's like a quick test. I forgot. At the 2 years? Okay, because I was gonna say at the fire department, when I was on the fire department, we would do a refresher, EMT refresher every year. And we would just count that as a NREMT challenge. Like we challenged the test with our refresher. So yeah, good. Awesome, dude. Congrats. All right. So I mean, yeah, I like Crash Bandido. Ooh, Dr. District's playing. Hey, look, I'm playing. Hey, look, I'm playing. Yeah. I'm playing. Yeah. 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 Hi. Oh man. Let's get the other video up. I forgot my meds. Is that Voss helmet built okay? Yeah, it's built okay. It's ECE. Let's go ahead. This is an older one. I need to get a new one. I'm running on 4 years on this helmet, and helmets usually last about 5. But it's ECE 2205 rated, DOT, all that stuff. It's a little heavier than my Shoei that I had, the Shoei Hornet. I might get a Shoei Hornet again just because I like it. Not needed, but this is a relatively inexpensive helmet. You can get a pin lock. It comes with that drop down visor. It's comfy. It is what it is. 06 is where it's at now. Yeah, there's new ratings. So, but I mean, like, this is good enough for me. I like it. Good airflow, all the different stuff. The cheek pads are a little squishy. They're barely breaking in 4 years later. I'm sure if you ride a lot more than I do, you'll break in within the first year. But I really miss the Shoei Hornet X2. Like, that was my favorite helmet, the Shoei Hornet. Shoei Hornet. I always got the white. That's my favorite helmet right there. See you later, Darth Jader. That's my favorite helmet. It's just that it's this much money. It's $700. It's my favorite, but it's expensive. It's expensive. It is what it is. But I like my Voss. I had an affiliate with them. I'm sure it's still open. I just don't promote it anymore. But it was I bought that myself. I bought that helmet myself, and then I asked for an affiliate because I liked it. Yeah, exactly. 200 versus 7. That's a perfect beginner helmet. That's why I got it. I started buying only beginner stuff. I have a beginner motorcycle, Honda Rebel 500, the beginner helmet. I did go a little crazy on the climb gear because I just like the look and the feel. So I'm getting to that point. But I used to have like a bunch of cheap stuff, and it's like, guys, this is all you need. Like, if I'm doing it, and like you'll be fine. But yeah, Arai, no flip up sun visor. Oh, I don't know if Shoei has that, but I just wear sunglasses. I barely use the flip up in that. Only when I forget my sunglasses. All right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna jump into this one. This is a MotoStars video. This one is 2 years old. Yeah, 2 years old. Let's take a look at the intro. They always do an intro on these older ones. So, crash. Oh, hit somebody. Crash a car. It's not going to make that. That's on the ground. Looks like we're going to have some crashes and close calls here, everybody. We're going to utilize the plan method. So if you're just now joining the live stream, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We're going to jump into this because I'm not going to promote it too much during the videos, which I should, because this book, I think, is going to be changing the whole motorcycle training system out there. If you want to learn how to ride, you don't know how to ride at all, you got a motorcycle, you're in your neighborhood, your bike's in your garage, and you want to ride up and down the street to start, this right here, I show you how to use everything. Your actual motorcycle, how to do friction zone throttle control up and down your street, and even your first ride in your neighborhood. And I do take you from the neighborhood, using the plan method. I want to introduce you to the plan method because that's the one thing that's going to save you in the real world. So from the neighborhood to the parking lot, and then while we're in the parking lot, we're going to do some Smart Rider drills to warm up, just a few of them. And then we're going to actually practice your motorcycle endorsement test, which is the motorcycle operator skills test. So there's 4 exercises. So we're actually going to go over those, and I'm going to show you what to practice before your motorcycle license test. And I also have the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. So if you're in the parking lot already, practice some drills. Have some fun with these drills. Lots of fun, 24 drills, and there's phone-friendly versions of that, and you get a digital download also. So let me just check, because if you just want to get the digital download for the Smart Rider drills, 20% off this live stream. So click the link in the chat. If you just want the drills in the digital version, this is what it looks like. So you can put your phone on your handlebars and practice. and you can actually click the QR code instead of scan it because it's already on your phone. I show you how to actually do it. So you have at least a demonstration of what's going on. So 20% off in the store right now. It's usually 10% off, but it's 20% off for the live stream people. Okay? So you guys ready? Are regular safety glasses good? Yeah, regular safety glasses are fine. They have certifications for impacts, and they're usually clear. So those are perfectly fine. And most glasses, good ones at least, have some of the same protection for impacts. It's just that safety glasses cover around everything, so you might not get stuff inside. Regular glasses, you're gonna have, gaps. Safety glasses, not so much. And make sure you get some. Oh, they're green. Get some ear protection. So I just get these soft foam earplugs. There's a bunch in there. And I just use these earplugs when I ride. Like, if they get dirty, I just grab another pair. This has lasted me a couple years already. Those safety, Doodle promotes these same ones. I used to have an affiliate with them. I think I still do. I just don't promote as much. But it's the flying eyes. These are flying eyes. They're thin. They're thin so that it's easy to get in the helmet. I wear the same ones she has. And then my buddy actually made a pair of his own. So I got a bunch of these. These are my throwaways just in case. These are my favorite though. The flying eyes. They're just expensive. Where I live, there's a constant change between clear and wooded areas, and the better corners are in the wooded ones. I need a flip-up visor to switch from light to dark. Oh, yeah. You wouldn't be able to pull the glasses out. Yeah. Damn. That makes sense. All right. Do I ship the book to Europe? Currently, the UK. UK, Canada, and Australia. UK, Canada, and Australia so far. I might opening it up to European countries, but I'm testing out UK, Canada, and Australia right now for the books. So, but the digital is an instant download wherever you're at. So if you live somewhere that I can't ship the physical book to you, get the digital and it'll ship immediately, or not ship. It'll be an instant download. You'll get a download link to get it on your phone. And I think that's one of the best ways to actually do the drills, to be honest. Because the book is I love having the book. I have it on, like, I keep it on my bookshelf, like, because I'm proud of it. But, like, the digital, it's the book too. So you get all the drills. So you have it on your handlebars, right? And you're doing it. And you're like, okay, I gotta turn here, I gotta turn here. Okay, cool. And you can ride with it on your handlebars. I think this is the best way to do it, to be honest. But the book is just, it's just nice to have. It looks pretty. All right. Yeah, 20% off right now up at the chat. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the chat right now. We're going to get started on this last video. There it is. That's the live stream discount. It goes away in 3.5 hours. And then it's only 10% after that. Okay, guys? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're going to be riding on the beach area. Good job moving over.
Thoughtless pedestrian running into the roads.
Oh, thoughtless pedestrian running right on the road. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Idiot. Idiot. Some people think like, oh, it's just a motorcycle. You know, if I get hit by a motorcycle, not a big deal. It's a 500-pound machine going 40, 50 miles an hour at you. Imagine like the heaviest sumo wrestler ever running 50, it's a bear, running 50 miles at you and colliding with you with basically parts that when they break, they get sharp. Pay attention, idiot. Messing around in the road. Oh, maybe they're not messing around in the road. That dude has a stick on the right, and then this guy looks like he's running away. Maybe he was trying to steal her purse or something, and that dude somehow has a stick and is chasing him. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and broke the VHS tape. So real quick, while we're able to have a little break, that's the beauty of this, and the magic of editing. We have a great question. This is for members because members get to see the full thing. Is Scout Rider Brian, Dan, on the subject of helmets, what do you think of protection from modular helmets? Modular helmets are perfectly fine if you ride with the chin bar down, because now it's a full face. And I always recommend a full face helmet. So if you have a modular helmet that flips up like in the front, don't ride around with it flipped up in the front. I get it. It might be hot and you want to do that. Ride with it flipped down so you have a full face helmet. At intersections, even then, I don't even want to do it. You can flip it up to get a little breather, but put it back down before you take off. Whenever I'm on the road, it's a full face. The cool thing about having the modular is that when you're in a parking lot and you're practicing the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, it's fine at slow speed to have it popped up. That's perfectly fine. I think it's really good for coaches too, so they can talk to students with it up and then put it down when they're doing the demonstrations. It's also great to pop it up if you don't want to take your helmet off and when you're getting your gas, done, or if you want to take a quick little bite to eat, drink a little water, that's perfectly fine. But full modular helmet put down is a full face. That's how you should be riding with it. All right, here we go. Oh, geez. Went to lane split, couldn't make it. Ooh. Lucky. So this right here is an open lane pattern. It's very hard to see, but our lane is moving slower, and this is why we wanted a lane split. Our lane is moving slower. That car in the right lane wants to go into the lane that's going a little bit faster. And did they do a head check? We don't know. Did they check the mirrors? We don't know. Is there a blinker? I don't know yet because I haven't even really looked at that part. I was looking at the close call. But they switched over. And this is something we have to watch out for when we're planning our ride, locating hazardous situations and relevant threats, looking for those patterns. Side of the vehicle, open lane pattern. We talk about it all the time. I talk about it in the new book. If you ever want to learn how to ride, it's part of the plan method chapter. And I teach you how to do it in the neighborhood and your first ride on the street. Check it out. If you don't know how to ride, this is the absolute best book you can get. You can skip the MSF, quite literally. So we're getting into this point. We were going for that lane split position. Wasn't going to happen. That person's cutting it off. We immediately switched into a swerve. So very good with the swerve. We start to swerve. Now we have both hands. You notice how he swerved. I'm going to go back just a little bit. He didn't even have both hands on this for the swerve. He swerved with the right hand. How do you swerve left with the right hand? Practice. So now he's going to go ahead and adjust his swerve even harder. He rolled off the throttle. He has no brake. He's going for the gap. He knows he has to flip it back to a right-handed swerve because if he keeps going left, he's going to run into the car. Now he has to find a new escape path. Escape path. Has to find a new one every single time he moves into a new position. Does it really quick, so highly experienced rider. Found the tiny little gap. No impact. Still has to, now he has to find a new escape because now he's in this lane. He's going too fast. He can hit the white car, so he has to swerve even harder. Makes it over here, swerves right so he doesn't run into the guardrail. Extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. That's all I'm going to say. Should he have been speeding? Not really. Should not be doing that. Right?
Actually knew I was here unless there's a car behind me, which that actually is probably more likely.
QT pizzas are good. Watch out for that side of the vehicle right there. Good job on the emergency acceleration. Good job. So there's that side of the vehicle. Let's get to that chapter. Right? It's one of the earlier chapters, your first ride in the neighborhood. Okay, chapter 5. We talk about very specifically right here. Emergency acceleration. Right there. Emergency acceleration is part of what we're going to practice in the first time you're ever riding in a neighborhood. We're going to practice our shifting, braking, swerving, emergency acceleration. Because right here, we're coming in here. If he tries to stop, he might not have enough total stopping distance. So he's making a choice. Do I stop or do I swerve? He probably could have stopped. He wasn't speeding too much. He could have stopped with some good brakes. But he made the choice to swerve. Now, if he just swerves at this speed, he's not going to make it. So he swerves and then accelerates. So those three things that we can do: emergency braking, emergency swerving, emergency acceleration. He chose not to do emergency braking. Okay, whatever. Do something. So he chose the emergency swerve. Okay, great. You chose emergency swerving, but you're not going to make it in time. So he added emergency acceleration with it. So let's go back a little bit because I want to show you. This is the decision making that he's making. And that's the thing, is you have to make a choice. You can't just honk the horn. You can't rev bomb. You can't freeze. You have to do something to protect yourself. So he gets up to here. Not going to stop in time. Swerve and accelerate out. Swerved and accelerated out. That's great. That's amazing. What I'm trying to teach you guys with the plan method is you locate that side of the vehicle. Is it a relevant threat? No, not right now, because it's staying right there. It looks like a threat. It's a hazardous situation, but it's not going to threaten me because it hasn't come out yet.
Behind me.
Now it started coming out. Now it's an active threat, and we now have to navigate this active threat with a new position for safety. Found a new position for safety. We're back in our lane. Now start locating again new hazards, new threats, and then make sure you keep going into a position for safety for those. Right now, what we're looking at, we're good. We're good.
Man, I don't want to slam my brakes, so I don't know who was behind.
All right, here we go. Oh, no. Swerved. Yes, we have some successful swerves and accelerations and emergency maneuvers in this video. I am so happy to finally see this. We usually only see crashes. So we have a left turner coming out in front of us. Okay, right there. We have to make those choices for those three things. So he's applying the brakes a little bit. You hear that? Not going to be able to make it in time because our total stopping distance is past the vehicle. So we're going to collide with the vehicle if we just only kept doing the braking. So we had to make a split-second choice. Boop! Emergency swerve. So he had to release the brakes so he has traction for the emergency turn. That's what we're trying to do here. So good job with the swerve. We locked up the rear tire. He probably let go of the front brake, but not the rear. That's why you hear that. And that's why he's all over the place. Okay, so remember, release both. We get up to here. Park it. Check yourself. Check your bike. Check your pants.
No, sorry,
okay.
Sorry, I haven't seen you.
Really? I'm just a second,
Yeah, it's clear.
It's okay.
Sorry, it wasn't my fault. It's
okay, bro. I have.
Andre got himself a book, baby.
No problem.
Yeah.
Really.
All right, so we're coming through here. Oh, there it is. Boink. And we crashed. So what happened here, everybody?
This situation.
Yeah, what happened? So we're coming up to here. We're able to ride in the bus lane in some countries and whatnot. It is what it is. But we have a long stack of vehicles. So it's very important that we kind of cruise this a little bit slow, just in case we find a gap in these vehicles. There's going to be a gap right here. And you notice how the curb drops down so that this is basically an intersection at this point. But we can't see anything because we have a line of sight issue. And since we have a line of sight issue, you kind of creep. You kind of creep in until you can see. So we get up to here. And there's the person that creeps out and we honk the horn. Okay, three things we can do. Emergency brake, emergency accelerate, emergency swerve. Honking the horn is not one of them. Honking the horn is not going to do anything. We need to apply the brakes as best as we can in a progressive manner. Practice your braking skills. Grab the book so you can learn how to do it. Nice little bonk. Little bonk at a bonk.
In this situation, despite the apparent fault of the driver, the biker couldn't count on the understanding or even another witness to the incident.
All All right, here we go. We got a passenger recording everything. Very cool. Where are we going? We're going off-road. We're going off-road. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, no. Was she a new rider? Okay, so when it comes to riding with a passenger, okay, cool. Passenger's like, hey, I'm going to get some camera views. I'm going to do this on the bike. I'm going to do this on the bike. I'm going to do... Dude, sit. Sit still. You're part of the problem here. Whenever you have a passenger, tell them just to sit still. Turn their head if they want to look. Turn their head if they want to look. Not, what's going on over here? Because that's going to mess up the turning. And we're entering a turn. And yeah, look at that. Moving all over the place. And he's at least on the inside of the turn here. That's a nice thing. But when they're bouncing around, it messes you up. Stop doing that. Secondly, for the rider itself, you have an extra body on your bike, and that's going to mess up your turning dynamics. So you have to make the turn a little bit harder. It's almost like going from a car. I'm sure there's a lot of youngins here, but if you go from a car that has power steering to a car that doesn't have power steering, some of the old guys here, Horvath, you're maybe one of them. You know the difference. You know the difference. You're gonna, instead of just like, oh, I'm making a turn with power steering, you have to make the turn without power steering. So that's kind of the difference here when it comes to a motorcycle rider having a passenger. When it's just you, it's like you have power steering. Oh, turns are easy. Yeah. I barely have to put any inputs in here. Yeah. But when you have a passenger, you're like, I got to put inputs. Because now you have that extra weight. It's a big difference. And so this is why I tell people that are brand new riders, don't ride with a passenger at the beginning. Make sure that you are doing really well by yourself before you throw a passenger on there, because then you're going to have to start and learn a new thing. You have to learn something new, okay? And one thing that you can do is that if you want to play around, get really good with the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills by yourself, and then try it with a passenger. And you're going to see immediately a huge difference in your turning radius, a huge difference in your slow speed maneuvers, a huge difference in your cornering and turning before you even get out here. You can at least see what it looks like here. So check it out, link in the description for 10% off. Okay, you get a digital version too. You get a bunch of stuff with it. Check it out. So you see how he's not able to turn. He's not turning. The helmet wasn't even on. All right, here we go. Oh, nice little slow speed. Get through the pylons. Yeah, okay, parking lot. Nice little slow speed. Oh, they're going to back up. Go left. A little bit of a panic. So you want to escape out of there. That's why I don't like getting behind vehicles. Oh my gosh, what are we filming with, a potato here? You know the difference, Horvath? See, I knew it. All right, so we're right here at night, foggy. You notice how you can't see anything? All right, let's take a look. Okay, nice little turn right here. We're gonna hit something. Yeah, there it is. So it's really foggy out here. So if the camera is fogging up, probably the inside of your visor is fogging up. Get yourself a pin lock insert if your face shield takes one and accepts one. Get a pin lock so you don't see it like this. So you can actually see those road surface hazards. Yeah, just walk of shame back to his bike. Oh, jeez. I don't know why I've been saying, oh, jeez. I've been doing that for the last couple of years. I need to stop. It's weird. Lane splitting. Okay, filtering is when traffic is stopped. Splitting is when things are moving.
To make sure that the maneuver can be
do something
safely and catches the biker by surprise.
Okay, we're getting cut off. It's just awkward, weird. Ooh. Oh, just chaos. This is why I like lane splitting and lane filtering in the United States, because at least there's some kind of idea of what people should be doing. And when you get into crazy countries like this, it's just chaos. Good luck. Write in the comments if you're from Brazil, Thailand, Malaysia, wherever, where it's just instant chaos. India. Oh my gosh. Just careful with those turners. You couldn't see anything. Lane or line of sight. Oh, we're leaking. We're leaking. Is that an old Honda Rebel? One of the older ones? All right. We're in a car. Oh, please don't tell me somebody's going to go wide into us. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. And here it is. Remember when I say, like, going around corners and, like, you make a mistake, you low side or whatever, like in the mountains, and it's like, you got lucky because nobody was there. He got lucky because there was a runoff and he didn't fall off the cliff. He got lucky because there could have been oncoming traffic. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Stop riding in the mountains like idiots and treating it like a track, because if you fail and you mess up, there could be a car. On a track, there isn't. We're about to watch something with the track. So this right here is a great example of stop riding like idiots in corners and racing with your friends, because you're going to hit a car if you make a mistake. Now we're on a track. Same thing. Goes a little wide. Where's the car? Where's the car? No car. Big runoff. Comfy grass. Full gear. I don't care. Like this right here pisses me off. This right here, yeah, made a mistake. You're doing it in a closed environment. You're doing it for practice of your skill set in the safest environment you possibly can to do high-speed maneuvers on a motorcycle. You're practicing your skill set here. Same thing, but you're doing it in the most risky area possible. This is free. This is not free. I get that right there is what causes people to go here versus here. I get that there's not many tracks out in the world, so people do it here and not here. I get that. So if you can't go to a track, you can't afford a track, guys, at least have your fun on a motorcycle and do slow speed maneuvers in a parking lot. Race each other. Beat my time. My time is on the bottom. Right there. My time. Beat my time. Upload it to YouTube. Call me out. Call me a loser or whatever it is because you beat my time by 1/10 of a second. I don't care. Do it. Have fun in a closed environment. Right here. Let's go ahead and act like an idiot, riding around in and out of traffic. Can't see anything at night. Yeah, we're going to learn how not to be an idiot the hard way by hitting a bump and almost dying. Got extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. Ford SUV brake checks me on the highway at 70 miles per hour. Oh, what was he doing? I just left work. I was on a Bluetooth call with my girlfriend. Guys, they don't even know you're riding a motorcycle. So, if, bros. If you told your girlfriend, hey, I'm just going for a walk, and like you took your motorcycle out because she doesn't like it when you go ride like an idiot, and like she calls you to make sure that you're on your walk, she won't even know with this thing. It's crystal clear communication, zero like wind noise whatsoever. She won't even know. So go for your ride, get a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, and link in the description for 10% off. She won't even know. She won't even know. She won't even know that when you get hit. Then this Ford SUV brake checks me. Okay. Oh, up and over. She'll know. She'll know then. Oh, let's go back. Here we go. So SUV brake checks at 70 miles per hour. This is when we need to swerve, not slam the front brake and endo it. We're going to have massive injuries to our spine. Hopefully not. Her head, his shoe flipped off. Overall, pretty bad. He's not wobbly. That's good. That's good. He might be a little concussed here and there. Thankfully, people are stopping to help. But he slammed that front brake and it grabbed traction. Typically, it dumps. But he went up and over, and that's very dangerous. So what could we have done differently in this situation? We could have swerved. We could have swerved around it. We're not going to be able to stop in time. Our total stopping distance isn't good enough. We could have swerved around it. Okay? That's what not to do.
Like this with
Here we go. We're just riding the side by side in the same lane with another car. Kind of a dumb thing to do. I wouldn't recommend that.
learning from the mistakes.
Now we're finally, you know, in our own part of the lane. Like, if you're gonna lane split, get out. Go. Go. Okay. What's happening here? Oh, somebody slammed the brakes and we didn't stop in time. That's another reason why we need to be able to swerve. You get swerving, braking, acceleration as your emergency maneuvers. If braking's not gonna work, swerve. Get out of there. Emergency accelerate out of dangerous spots when somebody's coming at you from the side. But we could have swerved. All right, here we go. Going around. Okay, good job seeing that. Good job applying the brakes. They didn't go in the first available lane because they're terrible drivers. It happens all the time. We're just gonna move on. There's the emergency acceleration out. Okay, slow it down now. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, what are they doing? They're going in that lane like you wanted. You were doing an open lane pattern, same thing. Move on. Not a big deal. Bing, 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 bing. Who cares? Who cares? Move on. God, he probably pisses off his neighbors at 5 in the morning when he goes to work. Open lane pattern, we switch to a new lane. Just the same thing. Same thing. You notice how when cars do open lane patterns, oh my gosh, we have a close call and a possible crash. When we do open lane patterns, oh my gosh, we have a close call, almost a crash. What's the big problem here? Is it the open lane pattern? Should we ban merging and switching lanes? No. We should encourage looking before you go and then getting with the flow of traffic immediately. That's what we should be doing. It's in the driver's manual. How are people not doing it? Oh, wait, I forgot. Most people in this world are idiots. Idiots.
What could happen? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Close. Who cares? Move on. Duke 117.
What?
All right, look at this road surface. Ow, doggy. Get those legs up and then accelerate out of there. That dog will bite you. Get out of there. Oh, no. He crashed in front of the chick. Look, he's looking at her. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Oh, crap. Is the dog gonna run to grab him now? She was testing my reactions. Okay. What's gonna happen here? Testing your reaction time. There it is. There's good job with the brakes. Good job. This is a perfect example of a very easy plan. Okay, we located a hazardous situation. We're in an area with a lot of traffic. Is there any relevant threats? That's a relevant threat. It's not an active threat because it's not in my lane, but where else are they gonna go? They're not gonna stop right there. It looks like they're doing a U-turn, so they will get in my lane. So I'm gonna navigate that by applying the brakes and putting myself in a position for safety.
Whoa.
So great job.
That.
Great job. All right, here. Oh no, run stop sign right in front of me. We're in a car, so that means we're gonna witness somebody die. Hopefully not. But we're coming up to an intersection. Look, it says that they ran a stop sign. There's the side of the motorcycle. They did a rolling stop because they're scared of applying the brakes.
What are you doing?
He was gonna cut across. So it's almost like a new rider. Okay, almost like a new rider. Let's take a look. So we're getting up to here. What typically happens with new riders is that they're really scared of that friction zone and scared of the brakes. So left hand is friction zone, right hand is brakes. I know I'm mirrored on you guys. So when they're getting up to stop signs on their very first couple rides, or they could be learning this bad pattern. But first couple rides, they're they're going to get up to a stop sign. It's like, I don't want to apply the brakes too much. I don't want to stop because then I have to do friction zone. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to roll through it. Okay, well, if it's safe to do so, you do you, but now you're not really practicing your stopping and friction zone. Treat every stop sign, especially as a new rider, you're practicing your stopping and friction zone. And then when it comes to here, so they're rolling through, not doing a good turn, not doing a wide enough turn to get into that first available lane, the only available lane that you can, going to cut across into the middle part. Okay, you're on a motorcycle. Nice, easy turn and make that turn. Now, why new rider possible is scared of making turns because they're not very good at it. Once again, you can practice with the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills in a parking lot if you're already riding on the road. But if you don't know how to ride on the road yet, you can practice in your neighborhood with the complete motorcycle training system that I built for beginners. I'm building you guys resources so that we can stop seeing these. I want MotoStars, and I don't want anybody to have crash and close call compilations anymore because I want everyone to be smart riders. I want everyone to be safe. I'm building this out for you guys so I can stop. I'm tired of seeing crashes all the time. Thousands and tens of thousands of crashes I've been watching over the years for the same things. Same things. And it's just you're a new rider. It's just that you're a new rider. You just don't know. You just don't know. And that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. But guys, grab yourself a slice of pizza. We're going to hang out for a little bit. But with that said, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. There it is. We're going to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to teleport to the office. You guys meet me there. Grab some pizzas. Let's go to the office. It's a short desk. It's a really short desk. All right, I got my... I want to get the million. I think by the end of 26, we could get there to get the million subscriber plaque. I have my 100,000. I think we can hit 1 million by the end of 26. Definitely by 27 if we keep this up. We had a lot of crashes and close calls. I was trying Crash Bandido, didn't work out, so we really only got two good videos out of this. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I got plenty of YouTube shorts. Yeah, 331,000 to go. Yeah, getting there. You got to shit on Doodle more. Why? What is she doing? I saw that she actually took the Janus bike across the countries and stuff. She seems to be doing good. She's a sweet girl. I don't shit on her. I don't do that. She's a sweet girl. She's doing really well. She's working really hard on content. I applaud and I see the creativity that she works on and the amount of work that it does take coming from somebody that does this myself. Amazing job. She's doing great. Her knee's still left up though. Yeah. I know, Horovac. I know you, Horovac. When commuting with my bicycle, I was very often faster than the people in car. Yeah, isn't that weird? It's weird. Yeah, her knee's still messed up. That's gonna take a while. That's gonna take a while. It might not be the same. She's gonna hopefully doesn't have a limp or get arthritis in that knee as she gets older. I have arthritis in my knees from tearing my ACLs in the fire academy 8 years ago. And I got arthritis in my left shoulder. I have a little bit of arthritis in my lower back. I have scar tissue in my chest muscles. I have arthritis in my sternoclavicular joint that I tore. I probably have arthritis in my jaw from grinding my teeth from all the stress of life and caffeine. But you're hobbit sized? Yeah, so am I. My brother tore his ACL doing a layup in the park. It click, 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 click all the time. All right, before everyone leaves, because we're starting to lose people, because what we do at the end of chat or at end of live streams, at the beginning of live streams, we chit chat. We hang out with the Smart Rider crew. You guys go ahead and crisscross applesauce in the office. Oh, we forgot the transition change right there. Crisscross applesauce in the office. Come back over here. We just kind of hang out. But once again, if you're looking for how to ride a motorcycle, There's a book in the store that I just came out with. It's fully comprehensive of starting from absolute zero to riding for your first time on the road and then practicing in a parking lot for your motorcycle operator skills test. That's in the store. And then the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, that's for in the parking lot competency and like really honing your skills. 20% off for live stream. So check it out. If you're going to leave, check out the store. See if that's something that you would like. But if not, I'll see you guys on the next live stream on that one. But yeah, we just hang out. We chit chat. What caffeine drink do you drink? I go to Costco and I just get a bunch of Ghosts. Even then it's just too expensive. It used to be like $1 a can back in the day. Might just have to get like pre-workout stuff and just do scoops, cheaper per serving type of a thing. Let's see. Remember the 2013 era of motovloggers? Yeah, Red Dad is rad. I was one of them. I was doing motovlogs for a while. I did the Saturday Scrambler stuff. I wanted to make it a little different. I didn't want to be riding on the road doing a motovlog. I decided to ride off road with the Harley with a drone, and then doing a motovlog there. I tried to do that. And then I started doing motovlogs, but instead of like, hey guys, I'm on my way to get a breakfast burrito. Come ride with me while I talk about my week. I decided, hey, I'm going to go ride to get a breakfast burrito. But on my ride to the breakfast burrito, I'm going to give you 5 tips for short riders. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to brake. I'm going to give you 3 tips on swerving. I was doing tip videos while riding. And then here's the funny story behind the crashes and close calls. When it came to doing like the 5 tips in riding, what I would do is I would spend the week reading and researching motorcycle training articles and like picking like the best tips that I agreed with from multiple different articles, and I'd make one video. Like I'd make not a script but bullet points, and I'd just kind of wing it because I knew the material, and I'd make like 4 of those, and I'd put them on my phone on my Rockform mount, and I'd go riding and I'd just read the bullet point and then I would talk. Read the bullet point, then I would talk. Read the bullet point, then I would talk. And then I'd film like 4 videos in one riding session and then go home for the rest of the week and edit while reading more and getting ready for the next week. So I'd batch produce. That's when I started doing this full time. I got to a point where it's like I ran out of stuff. And as a firefighter, what I enjoyed doing was there's a website called Firefighter Close Calls. And I'd go to this, they updated the UI since I was there. But they would post stories like as they happened. They would post a story. Damage in a collision. So the fire truck damaged in a collision with a school bus and delivery van late Monday morning. One student from the bus and the driver of the fire truck were transported to the hospital for minor injuries. Determined the fire truck failed to stop for a red light, striking the school bus and delivery van. The driver of the truck has been charged with a red light, failed to stop, contrary to section blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, even firefighters can get in trouble for not following the law. Probably couldn't stop in time or whatever because of the snow. You can start doing that. But they would post these stories, and the ones that I found relevant, I would bring to my crew and say, hey, this happened to this firefighter. Usually it's like a Mayday one. Let's see. Fire found heavy fire on the second floor and they arrived. No civilians were injured, but one firefighter was transported to the hospital for evaluation. Chief did not update. During the firefighter efforts, crews had to call a Mayday when firefighters were briefly trapped. All 5 were able to get out quickly and are fine. They were able to rescue 1 dog from the building. Oh, that's nice. So right here, like I'd read this story, and this was before this is like a MotoStars for firefighters. Is just like they would take news bulletins, and right here, so no civilians are trapped, but one. Okay, firefighter. Where was it? They had to call a Mayday and were briefly trapped. So I would take like this news article and I would talk to my crew and be like, hey guys, when was the last time we did a Mayday training? When was the last time we did a Mayday training? When was the last time we do a firefighter survival training where we blacked out our masks and we put on full gear and we made an obstacle course that you had to get out of in 5 minutes? Like, when was the last time we did, like, I was like, Captain, like, does everyone here know what to say during a Mayday? And it's lunar. There's an acronym for it, but it's like, does everyone know? Because this just happened in Connecticut, where 5 firefighters were trapped, and none of them knew how to do a Mayday or how to self-extricate from the fire on the 2nd floor. Like, when was the last time we did training on this? Like, let's go do some training. Let's go ahead and let's take this scenario and then go off to the training grounds and pretend we're in that scenario. How would we handle this scenario? And that's how that's what I would do as a firefighter. And I was really big on firefighter rescue, because like that's how some firefighters die, and I don't want to die in a freaking house. And so what I did was, like, I ran out of material for those tip videos, and I started watching MotoStars. I was like, what is this? There's like a ton of people crashing. I watched, it was Moto Madness at the time too. I was like, what is this? Everyone's crashing. And then I was just like watching, and you know how, like, when you're watching a movie, you're like, why did they do this? They should have just done this. What are you doing? Like what you guys probably do to MotoStars, right? You guys are doing the same thing. Location, unit, name, assignment. Yeah, rad dad is rad. Did you Google that? But that's what you do for a Mayday call. And you didn't. Are you a firefighter? What are you doing? But I would watch the MotoStar stuff and be like, what the heck? And so I decided, volunteer fire. Good. I'm glad as a volunteer, that's even better, because like a lot of people don't do training as volunteers. So take what I just said, go to firefighterclosecalls.com and then run a training scenario based off of the close call with your crew. It's an easy way to come up with something. I was going to go through my YouTube, but it's going to be thousands of videos ago. But I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to record myself. So I had like a camera. I was like, I had a computer like right here. I had a desk like right here. So the camera's like this. So I'm like doing this off on the side, and the desk is right here. And I have like my laptop. So I was like taking up the very small corner, and I hit record on my recording device, recording on the webcam, and I did a screen record of the MotoStars video, just say MotoStars, and I synced it all up so that when I was watching it and I was responding to it, I was able to, in editing, put the video up at the same time every time I hit the pause button and whatnot. And I just said, screw it, I'm going to do this. And it was like a 45-minute video or something. It was very long. And that video did amazingly well. I was like, oh, interesting. So then I started looking up green screens. I started looking up how to use OBS. I started looking, look at this behind the scenes here. I started doing OBS stuff, like trying to figure out like how to make it work. So like I can click all these different buttons to switch me in and out. I can I'm recording, I can record vertical for the YouTube shorts. There's the office. So then I'm right here in the office. So I learned how to like do all this stuff. Like, because like that took off. So you have to learn new techniques. That's why I think Doodle's doing a great job, because she's having to learn new techniques for her job, and it's mainly storytelling for her. So she's a really good storyteller. So I was doing this, and then I just kept doing the crashes and close calls, trying to get better at what I'm doing here. And then now I'm at the point where I made my own training manual based off thousands of crashes and close calls. And I was an MSF rider coach for 2 years, tactical emergency casualty care, the firefighter stuff, just training, teaching, learning how to coach better. And so after all of my knowledge as a content creator for 8 years, as a motorcycle rider since November 2011, so 14 years, firefighters from 2007 to 2018. Created my own comprehensive book that's just only that's needed. Like I got rid of so much stuff that was just fluff. And so like I designed that. And so now I feel like I'm coming back full circle where I would batch produce like 4 videos with bullet points, and then I'd go out and ride and talk about how to brake. I'd talk about how to swerve. I'd talk about how to position, all this other stuff. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking bullet points from my own book, and I'm building out lists of like, I'm going to go out and ride, and I'm going to show you some 5 tips on basically chapter 1, or like 5 tips on how to do U-turns, because that's in chapter here we go, chapter 4. It's like 5 tips on U-turns. Hey, if you want to learn more, chapter 4. Like, so it's kind of like doing this constantly, and it's making my live streams better. It's making the actual clips better, and YouTube Shorts better. Yeah, it's because you people don't want to get a proper job and would rather play with cameras and call yourself content creators. Old man yells at sky. This is my job. I got a store. I got a full store selling the books. It's basically at what it turned into, because originally it was like, I'm just gonna make content. It's like a content creator thing. And now what it is like, oh, I translated that to creating content in a book. Content into a book. And so now it's an e-commerce business. So it's like, it's just constantly evolving to the point where I can keep doing this live stream stuff for free, so I can keep giving educational content out. And that's kind of like the idea is, it's one thing to do as a hobby. And that's what I started. I was doing it as a hobby, as a firefighter. And then it became like my job. So now I could do this full time. And so I can dedicate not just like one day of filming and 3 afternoons of editing. I can literally spend all day reading. And yes, Sounded Flames, I do ship the book to the UK. I just started that. If you want to try it out, check it out. There's a 20% off coupon code pinned. I want to grab my other book, my new book that I got. I had to go to the library. Yeah, so I do ship to the UK. So like, if I was a firefighter still, or working a different job, I'd have to be studying and like becoming the best I possibly can at whatever job I'm at. And so like, if I was working at Costco, which I think would be kind of fun, I would work really hard on trying to figure out how to be the best Costco employee, right? So the simple fact that I can do this full time, it's like, well, how can I be the best content creator, the best shop owner, the best coach, so that my content becomes better and my books become better? So I went and I got a new book, and I always do continuing education for myself, but a year-round system for athlete development and program success. Like, this is my new book, and so far, like, I haven't been able to read much of it, but like, let me go ahead. I sent a picture on Instagram. I want to show you the table of contents. So like, define the core purpose and core values, connect values and philosophy, target outcomes, develop your skill, your learning, how to basically evaluate myself and become better in the off season so that the next season can be good. So it's like, I treat this book, I did a whole preseason of learning and trying to develop a curriculum, in season, developing the book. And then now that it's out, I'm in that off season, and it's like, what kind of feedback can I get? What kind of information can I get from my viewers and the people that bought it? And with that feedback, how do I make the next season, which would be the next development of the book, even better and better and better? So I'm like constantly learning how to become a better coach. And that's because I'm able to do this full time. versus I would be having to study for the EMT refresher or firefighter training and be exhausted and just dedicate all this. And it's like I barely get to put energy into what I'm doing here. And so I'm this is what I love to do. I love being a coach. I could always be better. I love being a coach. I think it's great to be able to pass on knowledge to the next generation so they become better and stand on the shoulders of the previous generation. I want the new generation to be standing on my shoulders and then taking it to new levels, because I'm standing on the shoulders of the MSF. The MSF, Total Control, Motorcycle Roadcraft. I've got a ton more books that I've just been reading, and it's like, how do I become better and provide better value and more information that's just necessary to what people want from all the learning I'm done. And so I'm just very thankful that I get to do that, because that's like what I enjoy. And that's something I was thinking about last night, and I was talking to my girlfriend about. We were talking about like coping stuff. We're having a discussion on like coping. Some people cope with food, and I said that during the live stream: cope with food, cope with alcohol, cope with this. For me, when I'm stressed, I cope with work. When I'm bored, I cope with boredom with work. When I have free time and it's like I don't have anything to do and I'm actually in a good mood, I'm going to go ahead and go work. When it comes to like relaxation, it's like I'm just relaxed. I don't want to work. I just want to sit on this couch and watch TV. What do? I pop on YouTube and I watch podcasts on coaching. I watch podcasts on philosophy and like learning and growth. And so like for me, I love learning. And so you guys showing up to the live stream, watching my videos, buying the books, basically just straight up support of me. My blessing is you're supporting me so that I can do what I love to do, which is to learn and teach. Like that's it. It doesn't have to be about motorcycles. It just so happens that we're here because of motorcycles. I would love to be able to teach and share, not even teach, but share the knowledge I have with 7 years of therapy and constant learning and constant introspection and awareness and focusing on listening to my subconscious. I would love to be able to share like life philosophy. I'm 38 years old. It doesn't sound like a long time, but I've had a life. I was a firefighter, content creator, business owner, whatever. Multiple relationships that I've learned how with conflict resolution. Tons of different traumas in the past of how to grieve, how to move forward. Like I would love to be able to. I even thought about becoming a trauma-informed psychologist, going back to school. But then I would take away from this. So, like, I would love to be able to share. Like, I love golf. I would love to be able to take you guys golfing with me. I love to. There's so many things that I would love to do. And it's mainly just teaching and sharing my experience, and that's what I do here on this YouTube channel. Is I share and teach my experience with motorcycles, and you guys seem to like it. So, thank you guys for the support on that. I appreciate it, because you guys allow me to basically do what I love to do. It's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard, but it makes it easier because I love doing the hard work. It's stressful, but I've been learning to deal with it. I watch a lot of true crime history and home improvement when I'm checking out YouTube and DDFM. I think you're pretty well the only bike content I watch. Nice. True crime, home improvement. YouTube has everything. Like when I go on Netflix, I'm scrolling through dozens and dozens and dozens of things. It's like, I don't know if I want to dedicate time to this series. I don't know if I want to spend 2.5 hours on this movie. So I'll go on YouTube and it's like, here's a 20-minute video that is exactly what I want to watch. And I watch like 15 minutes of it. All right, next one. and then I could pick something completely different of something that sounds interesting, watch only 10, 15 minutes. That's the beauty. That's what I love about YouTube is you can just kind of like, it's there for the stuff that you want. You don't have, you barely even scroll. You barely even like, you're like, no, I'll try this one. Oh, I like this person I like their voice and how they do a review of this or how they talk about certain subjects. I'll watch them again. That's kind of like what I do. I wonder if I think that's what people do with me. Yeah. Laugh at him for golf tutorials or watching knitting tutorials. I love golf tutorials. And that's the thing is you're just kind of like watching. It's like you watch like you hear the same tip like 10 times over across 20 videos and you're like, "Oh, maybe I should pay attention to that." And it's almost like reading but it's not. And then actual follow me tutorials like knitting. It's like, okay, now you do this next. Almost like an ingredient list for cooking. And the instructions for cooking, you're able to get through like a lot of stuff. That's how I learned a lot. I learned how to cook a lot of different things that way. Videos are generally a huge help as a new writer. Just actively and consciously using the plan method every day has done wonders for my writing, and I only have you to thank. Your content helps. Hey, Sounded Flames, I appreciate that. And I hope it's translating to your driving too. And I don't know, like that's just how I do it. Like it's such a weird thing. It's like I try to give an explainer of like this is why you should do the plan method. At the end of the day, it's like that's how I drive and ride. I didn't have a name for it. Like I was like I'm just being situationally aware. Well, it's like what does situational awareness mean? Well, you just pay attention. Well, how do you pay attention? Well, you look for hazards. Well, why do you look for what hazards do you look for? Side of the vehicles. You see how it can get kind of weird? And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll dive deep reading a bunch of books. Like how can I take the random jostle of understanding in my head that became subconscious because I've done it for so many years? How do I pull it out of my subconscious and make actionable steps and make it something easy that people can understand? And then boom, 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 years of hard work and knowledge just turned into 4 steps plan. I love doing that. That's why I love journaling. I have let's go to my journal. I'm not going to show you the journal, but I'm going to show you. So I got like my Google Drive. I click journal. To the 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and I'm about to have a 2026 folder. And it's just a long running, I'll put a bunch of stuff in it, 2024. I have a folder in there that says I found God. I have my phone dumped. I dumped all my photos into 2024. I have a meditation and weekly. I have book notes, and then I have my journal. I have notes on certain people, like friends, so I can know their birthdays and I can know what they like. I'll write down what they like. And then 2025, my trips, and then I have mission statement for 2025, my to-do list, my journal, notes on essentialism, notes on the Jordan Peterson that I saw, my quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4 schedule. I just constantly am writing notes. And that's all I do is I take this random fleeting information in my head and I make sure I write it down, and it's not just notes for personal, it's also notes for work. And then I just keep condensing. It's like this is a teachable thing that I think will help others, and I make it. And that was the idea behind, hey, I really like doing slow speed maneuvers, but there's all these random things, and you have to use 20 cones here, 5 cones here. You have to make these crazy patterns here, this here, this here. And it's but I like doing it. It's just that it's going to be almost impossible to get other people to do it with me, or it's almost impossible to get other people to do it. And so I was like, how can I make it to where people can easily do fun slow speed maneuvers that's going to help them with their U-turns, slow speed, everything, because that's all the testing stuff, and parking lot U-turns in the road. I was like, so I'm going to create the Smart Rider drills, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to design it to where you only have to set the cones down once. Here's the actual diagram, easy to use in a small parking lot or a dead-end street. You set up the cones once, and you can do 24 drills without ever moving the cones. So that was the idea behind that. And I was like, well, people want to go to the MSF. Here's my coach's range cards that I can't show you because it's copyrighted material. And it's what the coaches are walking around at with when you're doing the MSF, and they're like pulling out. It's like, all right, guys, exercise 7, stopping more quickly and tight turns from a stop. We're going to do that. We have 45 minutes. That's what they use. I was like, well, why can't people have something like this? And why can't people have something easier to read than this? Right? Why can't people do that? And I was like, there's so much stuff that people don't need. And so I was writing, journal for a couple years. And this is like, yeah, I made the thing with the plan method and with all my different knowledges that I put together. And I created something for people that can practice at home, because that's one thing that nobody's able to teach. They're like, no, you got to come to the class. It's like, no, practice at home. You can practice at home. I designed and I went out and tested, and this works. So that's the idea behind that. And then the idea is I'm going to make a motorcycle test prep study guide. Same thing. It's like nobody's making that. And nobody's doing that, but people want to take the tests. So here it is. And then I want to make I sold out of these. I want to make another rescue book. I want it to kind of fit what I currently have. Right now it's like a comic style. I might just remake it like this. I really like it. I might just order more. Who knows? But that's the idea behind that. The rescue card. Idea behind that. So I'm just constantly doing that. And then I keep flipping back to what's the next idea for a good video? How can I reach more people? YouTube Shorts. So it's just a constant learning process, and I love it. Yeah, I'm working on the next book. But with that said, though, guys, I got to get going. I got to edit these videos. I'm going to spend a little extra time on it because, once again, I'm constantly learning how do I make better videos. So I'm going to spend more time than I normally would on this next video to edit it in a way to where you're going to want to watch the whole thing. Most people only watch about 50 to 60% of it. That's typical. That's actually pretty high. Typically, people drop off around 30% for most videos. So 50 and 60% is really good. And I'm really aiming for 60 to 70%. That'd be awesome. Are we meeting next week? Yes, let's take a look. I love that you asked that question. I will be heading out before Christmas. But that's not till Christmas Day. Let's not do Christmas Eve. Well, you guys pick. Are you guys going to be gone Christmas Eve? Because I can do the 23rd or the 24th. What do you guys... You think people are not going to want to hang out on Christmas Eve at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time? Oh, you're welcome, Sounded Flame. If I saved your life on multiple occasions, dude, that's the best. That's the best thing anybody could ever say to me is like, you saved my life. It's like, oh, so happy. I have family coming over on Christmas Eve. Okay. Huh. Let's do the... See you later, Igor. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate that. We'll do the 23rd. 23rd at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Appreciate the 10, dude. I appreciate that. Because then, yeah, I'll pack on the 24th. I'll edit and pack on the 24th, and then I'm leaving out of town on the 25th. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. I'm going to edit, and then I'm going to get ready to go to my girlfriend. She has a coworker dinner, and I'm invited. So, I'll see you guys later.